Ateneo, your mornings will never be the same again. Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring, yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle ng Manila, Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Cali Llamado ng Manila Cathedral, at Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kapit Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Life in all caps. Ito po si Lenny Robredo sumusuporta sa ating minamahal na multi-awarded, multimedia guru Noel Ferrer sa kanyang pagle-level up. Kaya Ateneo Level Up. Level Up!
Happy victorious 3rd anniversary Radyo Katipunan, and congratulations to my very good friend Noel Ferrer of Level Up for all awards you have been receiving. It's such a great honor and privilege na mag-guest po sa inyong show last year. It was so much fun doing that interview, considering that I was still grieving the loss of my mom and my beloved sister. It's really nice to talk to my good friend, kapatid na Noel. It's always a pleasure. Please take care of yourself and stay safe and healthy. Sa kahit na ano pong gagawin natin, kailangan po tayong mag-level up. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for your service, and God bless you more and more.
Happy 3rd anniversary sa Radyo Katipunan, at syempre, congratulations din kay Sir Noel ng Level Up. Thank you for always sharing the message of hope during these uncertain times, and I pray that you will always be a source of inspiration for your community. Once again, congratulations and happy 3rd anniversary.
Voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Hello! Ako po si Joey De Leon at ako po ay bumabati sa Radyo Katipunan sa kanilang anibersaryo. Kung nabubuhay lang si Bonifacio, tiyak sasabihin niya, "So good, mga kapatid! So good!" Lalo na ang palatuntunan ni Noel na level up. In English, level up. In Tagalog, kataas-taasang Radyo Katipunan. Congratulations! Tandaan nyo, ang Radyo Katipunan, lalo na ang Level Up ni Noel. So good, mga kapatid.
The voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Sa Radyo Katipunan, happy 3rd anniversary po sa inyo. Thank you for connecting us with one another during these difficult times. At pati kay Sir Noel ng Level Up, congratulations din po sa inyo. Thank you for bringing to us stories of inspiration and stories of excellence. Ako po si Vico Soto na nagsasabing basta't sama-sama tayo, patuloy na umaagos ang pag-asa at patuloy tayong mag-level up.
The voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9. All caps, mga Atenista, it's time to level up. Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Good morning, Ateneo. Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo. Energize your day with the lively, funny, and lovely tandem of Mir de los Santos and Tats Kidlat. Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo. Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Tuesdays to Fridays. Good morning, Ateneo. Your mornings will never be the same again. Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring, yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle ng Manila, Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Cali Llamado ng Manila Cathedral, at Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kapit Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero,
Kaps, mga Atinista, it's time to level up! Your top variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Good, already all the best. Hello everyone, you know the drill. Like, comment, and share. So we have another special Level Up edition with a very good friend. She may not be Atenean, but she has very strong Ateneo connections. We'll tell you about it later. But while some people have avoided doing work with government, she and her family seems to have loved and mastered serving people through government. And that's really a gift. Upon her appointment, a lot of members in our industry have thrown their support at her, volunteering their services to support her programs at the DOT. And just as when she had everything figured out and the programs are in place, COVID happened. Well, she still is, for all of us, a hopeful presence in our government and in our lives. Friends, please welcome an exemplary mother, not only to her smart kids, but also to her pet Biggie. A part-time actress. She did the cameo in Juday and Piola's last hit movie together, Don't Give Up on Us. A part-time singer who did my favorite Sharon Cuneta song, To Love Again. But a full-time, immersed, effective government servant. The Secretary of the Department of Tourism, Bernadette Fatima Texon Romulo-Puyat, lovingly known to us as Berna. Hello, Berna. How are you, kapatid?
Hi. Good afternoon, Noel, and good afternoon to everybody watching you and listening to you, your fans. Thank you. You know, parang feeling ko nga, Ace gave me all your questions you're going to ask. Feeling ko we'll throw that down because it's like we're old friends. Diba close na tayo, diba? Close.
Close,
Super
and we
close.
love the same people. We really
love the same people. But, you know, I think it will just be free-flowing and these are just guide questions. I didn't even look at it, but thank you.
Sabi ko nga, it's a safe space. So, mamaya parang brainstorming tayo ng last 12 months in office. Berna, do you realize it's your last 12 months in office?
I know, it's my last 12 months. I actually parang, correct, no? It's June already. I've lost track of time.
Yes.
Parang because of the pandemic, it just all went by so fast.
I know. And parang naiba yung na-skew talaga sa iba yung priorities while you had sabi ko nga, you had everything in place. Well, people were supporting you. You know, our industry really loves you. Mm-hmm. So talagang nandun lahat ng support pero nandito yung COVID and you had to take a back seat. How did it feel, kapatid, na parang, hindi naging essential yung tourism?
Correct. Well, first of all nga, parang nga, I'm probably the only tourism secretary na sunod-sunod yung mga pagsubok. Oo. Alam mo, Boracay was closed April 26, 2018.
Yes.
I was appointed May 8.
Correct. So for your birthday.
Yes, so imagine, when I entered the Department of Tourism, sarado yung Boracay, 'di ba? I mean, that's the parang so in the other tourism secretaries, 'di ba? They promote the country, they promote what is good. But with the closure of Boracay, I had to enforce environmental laws, make sure everybody. So that was quite a challenge. Hindi yung normal role of a DOT secretary. Tapos
pero ikaw yung maaalala nilang cabinet secretary na tagalinis. So nilinis mo ang Boracay, kapatid nilinis mo rin yung DOT. It had issues on graft and corruption before. How did you get rid of that? Paano mo nalinis yun?
You just do what is correct talaga. You just do
leadership
what is correct.
By example, no?
I was so the COA gave us the highest audit ever for the first time, and I was so shocked. In fact, when I was told that, the DOT for the first time in, I think, 2009 got the highest ever sa COA, you know what I asked pa? Ano yun? Kasi it has
you were just doing the things that are expected of you. Yeah,
dapat transparent. Tapos ito nga, Noel, pandemic, parang naging secretary ako ng quarantine hotel, isolation facilities.
Correct.
Tapos, naging iba yung role. But of course, in
Yeah.
NCR, since GCQ pa rin tayo, never naman tayo
Yes.
nag-MGCQ,
Yes.
most of our hotels are quarantine hotels.
Yes.
So, nag-iba talaga yung role, and then I find myself when I go to different tourist destinations, at the start of the pandemic, when I would go, sometimes I would not be welcome.
Oh,
Because
talaga?
believe it or not,
Kasi taga-sunod ng protocols, di ba? Pasunod ng protocols.
hindi lang yon. A lot of the tourist destinations didn't want to open for
Oh.
tourism. Takot
Oh.
ang mga locals
Okay.
na baka daw ang turista ang magdala ng COVID.
Ang hirap, no? While at the same time, I see you're so active, linking with people outside the country, your fellow tourism officers or secretaries, na parang learning the best practices.
Correct.
Kapatid, while doing that, ano dapat yung model mo na pwede natin sanang magawa sa Philippines? Ano yung parang, sana pwede natin magawa? And from what country?
Actually, when we had a meeting with different ASEAN tourism ministers, would you believe we're all on the same boat?
Oh.
Hindi lahat nangangapa. In fact, last year when people are telling us ano ba yung mga guidelines and protocols for health and safety, wala kami mapagkunan. Kasi lahat nangangapa. So it's like, and then all our health and safety protocols now, syempre dadaan yan sa mga doktor.
Totoo.
Kasi it's COVID.
Totoo.
Pero right now, since may dumadating na naman na bakuna, ang tinitingnan ko na bansa is Thailand.
Okay.
Why? Kasi may goals sila. Kasi right now, in Asia, all Asian countries may quarantine kahit na fully vaccinated for 14 days.
Okay.
Ang Hong Kong lang ang nagbawas ng quarantine days for fully vaccinated for 7 days. Pero kung galing ka lang sa Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. But all others, even Thailand, una bumagsak siya sa 7 days, tumaas uli siya sa 14 days.
Okay.
Pero tinitingnan ko pa rin yung Thailand kasi ang goal nila by July, they want to vaccinate Phuket. Phuket is one of their top tourist destinations.
Like Baguio.
Like Baguio. If they are able to 70% fully vaccinate the population, then they will also accept fully vaccinated individuals at no quarantine. So may condition. Ang condition lang is dapat fully vaccinated 70% for them to also accept fully vaccinated.
Mamaya may mga questions kasi dyan, no? Lalo na yung mga senior citizens, no? Parang, dating Secretary of DSWD, si Judy Togiwalo, sabi niya gano'n, patanong naman si Berna, she's very friendly. Isingit ko na, pwede ask DOT Secretary to allow those above 65 who have completed the vaccination to travel and dine out. We had not so many years left, and it's tragic to those who will be spent in eternal lockdown. And you feel that? Do you feel for them, no?
Ma'am, I actually, last Monday, we had an IATF. I was in Baguio that time. And then, so pinayagan na finally ang leisure travel from NCR Plus outside. Pero,
point to point.
Actually, hindi na pwede. Point to point. Pero, meron pa ring age restrictions. Dapat daw, bawal lang below 18 and above 65. So pinaglaban ko. Sabi ko, payagan nyo naman yung below 18 at above 65 na makapunta sa different tourist destinations.
Correct.
Kasi parang ang lungkot naman yung, kasi we've been
locked
out for
championing
too
that
long.
cause. Yes.
So buti na lang my fellow cabinet members like Sec Mon Lopez and Sec Anyo,
because they could identify, ha?
Yeah.
Oo naman.
Oo, kasi ang lungkot naman, sinabi ko pa nga sa IATF the time, magbabakasyon ako, magbuburakay ako, tapos lahat ng below 18, hindi kasama.
That's true.
Diba, Filipinos travel as a family, lalo na ngayon, Noel, ang daming more than a year na hindi nakakalabas ng bahay. Ang daming restrictions. So even ang staycation, pwede na no age restrictions, pero ito lang ang dinagdag nila. Dapat lang mag-test. RT-PCR.
Okay naman yun.
Now, with regard to the fully vaccinated, ang Department of Tourism naman talaga yung nag-propose ng green lane to, at least yung incoming na to reduce the quarantine days. Ito yung problema ngayon. Ang problema ngayon is how do you authenticate kung fully vaccinated
That's
ba
true
talaga.
then. That's true then.
Di ba maraming, sabi nga natin, sa recto, ang daming magaling mag-fake.
Kung
And that's
RT-PCR nga, yung results of a fake.
correct.
No, yeah.
So, ang delikado nun, of course, we believe Ma'am Judy Tagiwalo, di ba? But
Yes.
that's face value, but hindi naman lahat, di ba? There has to be a way for the government to authenticate kung totoong fully vaccinated.
So you're all for the national ID system, di ba? Ang proposal, ilagay yan whether vaccinated or hindi, di ba?
Correct. Although
That's
some
good.
people are saying it's ako lang naman kasi I will always support what will facilitate travel. But I
That's
also
true.
understand paano mo nga ma-authenticate na totoong nagpa-fully vaccinate kasi
That's
maraming
true.
pepeke. And at this point, we have to take care, di ba? We have to make sure that walang outbreak in any tourism destination.
That's
So
true.
we are
That's true.
working on that.
That's true. And one thing the other countries should pick up from you is that you really fought for the hotel workers as frontliners. Kapatid, sobrang tama yun eh. Kasi they're the ones exposed to everyone. And then buti na lang, yung ensured na mababakunahan sila.
Oo, una, nasama ko lang sila sa A4 last
Yun na
Feb.
nga.
Pero alam mo naman tayo, makulit.
Oo.
Kulit ako ng kulit kasi I was saying the ones working in quarantine hotels,
That's true. That's
every
true.
day na-i-expose sila sa possible COVID positive.
That's true. That's
So
true.
that was so we're very grateful naman that Secretary Galvez and NITAG agreed to
Buti
our
na lang. Buti
yes.
lang. Kasi it says something about how you see people. Di ba? Parang priority sila eh. Di ba? Parang they're the ones working there to maharap sa mga tao.
Oo.
Yun eh.
Alam mo ba, di ba, Noel, lahat tayo nasa loob ng bahay nung March
Oo.
2020. Takot na takot tayo lumabas.
Mm-mm.
Pero sila nakatira sa hotel kasi walang transpo.
Yes.
Doon na sila nakatira. So imagine the anxiety, the
Yes.
stress, na baka this is it, di ba? Kasi nakatira sila sa isang hotel na may COVID positive.
Ang galing. Kasi it needs someone to like really feel what they're going through. Eh ngayon ang daming restrictions, kapatid, na talagang feeling mo nga parang, ay kawawa naman yung mahihirap or yung underprivileged, no? Another one, nag-come up yung yung hindi na paggamit ng face shield. What's your position on that pala?
Ako naman, anything, ako personally, pag
Science.
open air, like,
Science
oo,
na lang,
it has
di ba?
to be science-based. But ako
Yeah.
personally, I wear it, especially kasi sometimes, kasi di ba I'm always out.
Yes.
And then minsan yung kausap ko, mali yung pagsuot ng mask.
Correct.
Or gumaganon. Para lang, it's actually for myself, para may
Correct.
added protection ako. Tapos
Correct.
minsan yung kausap ko, natatanggal yung mask.
Correct.
So, baka spitter. I mean,
Yes,
I'm just
yes.
very,
That's
it's just
true,
for,
that's true.
for myself.
Ganun na lang, if we're responsible for ourselves, pero don't na lang accost or arrest anyone na wala. Kung mapapatunayan sa science na talagang
Correct.
parang it's unnecessary.
And then I also believe that protocols are changing every single day.
Yun. You have to explain that because yun na
Yeah.
nga, parang we're adjusting, lalo na kunyari, bakunado na, there has got to be some parang adjustments. And in as
Correct.
much as, ang galing nga sa Baguio kasi the mayor is really so, like you, very proactive kung paano mas i-accommodate at i-open more than matakot yung mga tao na pumunta. Pero ang hirap gawin, no?
Ang hirap gawin. Although natatawa ako kay Mayor Magalong when I met with him at Burnham Park,
Yes.
nakalimutan ko yung face shield ko. Tapos sabi niya, naku, alam mo, may multa ba yun ng 1,000? So I wore it pa rin. But
Okay.
But yun na
That's
nga, I think right now, you really have to keep yourself updated.
That's
Find
true.
out
That's
what other
true.
countries are doing, best
That's
practices.
true.
And kunyari, like normally, dati, when we did kasi the health and safety protocols, pag magbabakasyon, sinabi namin pwedeng 2 in a room lang. Pero I've already asked them, please adjust it kasi
That's
ang
true.
mahal. So
That's
pwede
true.
buong pamilya in one room kasi mahal.
That's true.
So you have to keep evolving.
Galing.
Yeah.
Ang maganda lang with you, you're able to explain clearly na hindi na nanakot ha. Yung tipong parang you just say, oh, dito nang gagaling yung rules, so we just have to follow, pero mag-iiba yan. So at least, there's hope. At least you're able to charm people. At maraming salamat sa ganyan. But you had a very parang good plan for tourism no, the whole time. And some of them are halted and put on hold because of the pandemic. Pero ang maganda dyan, I think most of them are in trying to like preserve or like develop their places, the tourist
Yes.
destinations now. So pagkatapos ng pandemic, siguro bongga namang bukas dito para
Correct.
sa atin.
Oo, imagine, yung 2019,
Yeah.
record-breaking, we had 8.26 million foreign visitors as
Yeah.
compared to the previous year of only 7 million. So
Yeah.
we were increasing a million a year.
Yeah.
Domestic trips were 110 million domestic
Ayan.
trips.
Yeah.
And the contribution of tourism was 12.7% to the country's
Galing.
gross domestic product.
Galing.
So, which was and then the 5.7 million people were directly employed in tourism. That's 13.5% of the total workforce. Hindi pa kasama dyan yung mga masahista,
Yes,
tricycle
yes.
drivers, yun pa lang yung direct.
Correct.
But yun na nga, because of the pandemic, yun na nga we all have to adjust, think out of the box.
But kapatid, excite us. After all these, after the pandemic, ano yung kailangang abangan tourist destinations na nagbubukas that we should parang keep an eye on?
Alam mo what's nice now? I have a lot of friends, common friends tayo, Noel, na
Yes.
puro abroad lang ng abroad. Ngayon, nagtatanong na sa akin, they want to go to
Very
La Union,
good.
they want to go to Zambales, they're all excited to go up to Baguio.
Yeah.
They're all, what's good now is those are friends who normally travel abroad are looking at the Philippines.
That's true.
Looking inward. Tapos di ba marami tayong mga kaibigan nakatira na nga sa La Union, sa
Yes.
Batangas, because they
Yes.
realize that okay naman yung ating best friend, si Gabe Mercado.
Ay, oo.
Nasa Baguio City na siya. I mean,
Yeah.
hindi na, but
And that's our idea of development, di ba? Decongest Manila, then go back to your,
Yes.
to the provinces.
and then, I guess, ang daming pagsusubok, pero yung maganda dito, we can now work from anywhere. As
That's
long as
true.
malakas ang internet, you can work from Baguio, you can work from anywhere. And then yun na nga, people are starting to look at ano ba yung magaganda sa Pilipinas. We had 2 travel surveys. Ang hinahanap ngayon ng mga travelers during the pandemic, ito number 1 pa rin. 96% are looking at health and safety protocols.
That's
Yun
true.
talaga.
Yan
Which
naman
is-
talaga, yes.
Which is common sense. But it
Yeah.
was we had 2 travel surveys with the Asian Institute of Management
Yes.
and Guide to the Philippines. Number 2, hinahanap nila open air,
Yeah, totoo
open
yan.
space,
Yes.
heritage and culture.
Ayan na. Well,
Ayun.
ako, kapatid, biglang nagsara yung Intramuros pero pinaganda mo na, inayos mo, nag-bike ka na doon at kasamahan ka namin
Pero
dapat.
bukas ulit.
Bukas na ulit ngayon.
Bukas na ulit. Yes.
Good. So you can like plug it also.
Pwede na. Yes, bukas. Pero 30% lamang. So
Okay.
bukas ulit. At least pinayagan ng bumukas. 30%. Pwede na.
So, entice us more. Ano pa yung magbubukas ulit na improved version? Kasi ngayon, they have time to fix, they have time to clean, di ba? And then really make stricter protocol, but safe. Huwag ng stricter, pero mas safe na mga protocols. No? So, saan pa excited ka nadalin yung mga tao after this pandemic?
Well, of course, around Metro Manila, it's still Intramuros. It's
That's
just
true.
so, alam mo,
That's
Noel,
true.
when I went to Intramuros last Feb.
Yes.
Last
Yeah,
Feb,
before Valentine's Day, yes.
Yes, nag-biking ako.
Yes.
Ang ganda. Ang
Totoo
ganda
naman.
talaga. And then
Totoo
I went
naman.
bamboo biking. Ngayon, uso ngayon ang biking.
Yes.
Oo, so that's good for the health.
Boom
And
Tenorio, di ba may bike for us sa Philippine
ang
Star.
ganda. Tapos, ang Casa Manila, we had this
That's
very,
good.
I don't know if you know him, J. Anton Mendoza, si Tunichi Mendoza.
Yes.
He got in touch with me in the pandemic and said, can I help fix Casa Manila?
Ang galing.
Alam mo, he did it for free. Alam mo, Noel, kung puntahan mo ang Casa Manila ngayon, di ba it used to be very dark and dreary?
Yes.
It's so beautiful now.
Ang galing.
Wow.
Galing.
It's something na pag may bisita ka abroad, dun mo dadalhin.
Doon mo dadalhin yan.
Kasi napakaganda. So it shows the culture and the heritage of the country. Now, if you go to Rizal, my favorite talaga is Pinto Museum.
Okay naman, Dr.
Kay
Kwana.
Dr.
Hindi pa,
Kwana,
yes.
would you believe, first time ko pumunta sa
Talaga?
Pinto and I am
Okay.
shocked. At least
Kulang
nakita
ang
ko na-
isang araw, di ba?
Oo, at yung new wing niya, ang napakaganda.
At hiramin mo yung church niya para doon ka na lang magpakasal ulit. Pwede yun.
Yan, another, yeah.
Church, di ba?
Ang ganda talaga. And imagine, because of the pandemic, I never kasi had the time.
Yes.
Now I had the time,
yes.
and it's now my new favorite place. Of course, bumalik ako sa Masungi Geo Reserve. It's outdoor. It's
Did you try View Chalet in Antipolo? That's very good too.
I want to go back. But alam mo yung maganda ngayon, yung mga restaurants natin, di ba dati abroad?
Yes.
Di ba we would always say, yung sa abroad, very strict sa hygiene. Because of the pandemic, we are now also strict with hygiene. Which is ang dapat naman talaga.
Galing. Tapos yung open air, di ba yung lahat tayo nakatingin lang sa kalye at yung dumadaan yung mga tao. Sana nga magawa rin dito.
At yung gusto ko puntahan sa Rizal, yung Sea of Clouds. There's mga 5:45 in the morning. You're there on top of the mountain. It's about an hour away from Manila. And then it's all clouds. So
ang galing. Can that be can people go there now?
Yes, people can go there, pwede na. Of course, Baguio.
Of course.
Baguio, I'm not sure if it's because it's our age.
Yes. Kapatid, yung Friday afternoon, magda-drive na long drive sa Mile High lang tayo, magbo-bowling at kakain ng Coney Island ice cream. Those are our memories. But let's tell the Sharonians are all watching. We're doing something, and we hope to start it or really open it by 2021 because it's significant.
Yes, dapat this year. Alam mo, when Gabe Mercado mentioned it to me about the Sharon Cuneta tour, akala ko idea niya. So sabi ko, wow, genius mo naman. He goes, hindi ako, si Noel Ferrer. I go, kaya pala. I understood why.
And you're a Sharonian too. So we would same context, Sharonians rejoice. Because we were thinking, Dear Heart was, I was researching, 1981, Berna, 40 years after, the opening scene I showing you, na doon lang siya nagbaba sa Baguio, no? So, if they can have Harry Potter in UK, in London, we can have that. And it's a whole shared experience.
And Baguio's really, lalo na ngayon, pag-init, di ba? Parang maganda talaga eh. And I'm looking forward to that. Una yata, plano nyo 2022. I said, no, you do it now. Alam mo kung bakit. Pag sabihin nyo next year, hindi mangyayari.
Talaga?
You have to start something now. And I even told
you. Ngayon na lang, kapatid, kasi next year will be so muddled because of the elections. Ngayon, parang wag na tayong sumausaw doon. Like now, we can do it. Lalo na 40 years nga after Dear Heart, where it was featured. So, it's a shared experience.
And then, ang maganda, I told nga, Gabe, ako gawin mong guinea pig. You have to start doing it. Doon mo lang makikita pag when you're doing it na, I'll add this pala. Dapat kasi may practice eh. Ako pwede naman. I'm such a Sharonian. I love Sharon Cuneta so
you all
much.
grew up with her.
Yeah, and she's really an icon, ha. I mean, and then we're lucky enough to know her.
Yes,
she's such a sweet person. But
and it's channeling her being an icon to something that would help tourism in our country, no? So kasi ang dami pang places sa Baguio. Well, of course, is Brent still ganun kaganda, kakaiba kasi yung
I have not been, but yung maganda ngayon is Mirador.
It
was only open
you have to tell
during the
radyo-katipunan. Yes.
Oh, wow. Mirador is, the most peaceful, most beautiful place. Each time I go up to Baguio, I have to pass by Mirador. When I first went, binisita ko lang si Father Joe Kilong-Kilong.
Okay, Father JQ.
Father JQ is really, alam mo, wow, such an asset talaga.
And then he would give you reflection points na yun lang, parang tatama sa'yo. Pero yun nga, we would have our 8-day retreats there. Quiet lang, kapatid. Kaya mo ba yun?
Kaya, I did the retreat during the pandemic there. Kasi, and guess what? Ang sarap ng pagkain nila. Have you been to Baguio since the pandemic?
Hindi pa talaga.
Yung pagkain nila, wow. It's ang sarap. And then I finally asked.
Ang sarap at saka healthy kasi yung mga Jesuita, di ba ngayon conscious na sila sa
Pero alam mo kung bakit masarap. Social ni Father. One person who was like me who kept going to Mirador was Tony Boy Escalante. Antonio.
Okay.
So all his chefs, tinuruan ng chefs ng Mirador.
Ang galing.
So you have Antonio's food in Mirador.
Ang galing kasi ganito, pag kumain ka naman sa Jesuit residence, yung mga fruit juices nila talagang healthy kasi bawal sobrang matamis at
Oo.
maraming gulay. So ganun din ba sa Mirador?
Um, m- Filipino food, well, masarap
Yes.
kasing ensaymada, yung ube,
Okay.
mayroon siyang
Tayo
ube
talaga street
jam na,
food.
oh
Okay.
wow, and then yung kanyang lumpiang ubod, meron siyang
Okay.
long beef, ang galing ng kanyang chef, and si Father, I don't know, napakasarap talaga. That's why the retreat was really special kasi hindi lang napakaganda ng lugar, especially the labyrinth. I think that was created by Father
Yes,
Rene.
yes.
Ang ganda. Tapos, ang sarap ng pagkain. And then now, meron na siyang bamboo forest like the one in Kyoto.
Galing, galing.
Tapos may tour na siya. Maraming nangyayari sa
Ang ganda, no? Parang
Father Joe.
good food for the body, for your physical condition, and then good food for the soul. So,
Ang
complete.
sabi nga ni Father Joe, he has a lot of people going on retreat for their mental health.
Ang galing, galing. Buti nagawa mo yan ng Holy Week.
Oo, ang ganda, ang ganda niya talaga. Mirador is really the place to be. Yeah, and Father,
Go,
and
radyo-katipunan, let's go there.
you should go. The Jesuit should be really, and it's really prime property because it's on top of everything.
That's true. What else is there to visit at this
In
point?
Baguio also,
Baguio.
Ililikha, the one of Tatay Kidlat.
Yes, I saw that.
It
Yeah.
was amazing. That man is really an icon. Also,
That's
ang
true.
galing ng Baguio, no? In Mirador, you have Father Joe. For me,
Yeah.
a tip to
Mga
Mirador is
guru,
not complete kung wala. Yung magaling, matalino, pero
Yeah.
hindi
At
mayabang.
mabait. Yeah.
Mabait.
Ganun.
Si Tatay
Yeah.
Kidlat, he
Mhm.
will show you, it's like, a friend of mine who also studied in Ateneo, si Hanky Lee,
Okay.
of the Henry, he goes, Ililikha is like entering into the head of Kidlat Tahimik.
That's true. That's true.
So, it's like a maze. It's like very interesting, and it's so interesting that he's telling you the background of each
That's
piece,
true.
why
That's
he
true.
did it. Of course, you have Ben Cab. Ano
Of
na yon?
Of
Puntahan
course.
mo yon, isa pang national
Of
artist.
course. Of course.
Imagine you have 2 national artists in Baguio alone.
You know, kapatid, dati pa may Festival of the Arts sa Baguio na dinadayo. It's just that now, well, dati kasi ang Cafe by the Ruins lang tayo, pero yun, nawala rin halos kasi nga because of the pandemic. So, ang daming kailangang i-revisit. Pero yun nga, the childlike wonder of yun nga, Kidlat Tahimik is something else. So,
Yes.
yun.
And I can imagine, paulit-ulit niyang sinasabi yung yung kanyang speech, but he's so passionate and
That's
so,
true.
and he comes from this family, and his children are as talented as he is.
That's true.
So
That's true.
it's amazing, and parang nga you have all these chefs like when we went there,
Galing.
Chef Waya sa Maginawa
Arajos, yes.
just put up her restaurant there.
Galing, galing.
And then you have Tony Boy Escalante who's also planning to put up his restaurant there. And because of the produce, it's all there. So, wow, it's Baguio. And then with the roads now, you can be there in 3.5 hours.
Galing, galing, galing.
Hindi gaya
Alam mo,
nung
kahanap
bata tayo, 8 hours pa, di ba?
I
Ngayon,
know.
3.5. And really, it's fresh air. Alam mo, the first time I was in Baguio, I think that was July or August. Ang sarap pala na hindi ka nag-aircon, tapos paggising mo, malamig lang yung simoy ng hangin, hindi aircon, and alam mong COVID-free.
That's true. That's true. At yung isusumbong mo lang sa mga trees or ihinga mo lang sa mga trees yung nararamdaman mo. Parang, well, it's something about our youth. It's a place of our youth. Remember, Bagets was shot there, no? Opening sequence of the
I did not know.
Yeah, Bagets. Yun, meron silang yung kinanta yung Growing Up. Doon din, may MTV collage of Baguio.
It's
So,
only Noel Ferrer who can tell me all these things. In fact,
no.
when Gabe told me, Sharon Cuneta, sabi ko, di ba, dear heart lang, he goes, hindi, may Quaresma, I did not know.
sa hirap at ginhawa ngayon at kailanman with drama. So, really a lot. So, Friends in Love, of course. So, pwede natin, yun. So, yun, ang pwede pa, aside from Baguio, sasabihin niya, bias ka sa North. Punta naman tayo sa South. What else is there to look forward to?
Okay, yung by land?
Kite fly.
Okay, yung by land muna. Because in
sige,
our
by land,
survey,
go.
ang lumabas, people first want to travel by land.
Yes,
Kasi they're in their safe travel bubble.
Yes.
For the first time, would you believe, I went to San Pablo, Laguna.
Ay, oo naman.
And
Yes.
then I visited Casa San Pablo, si Ann Mercado.
Ann, of course, you love
Alcantara.
Ann. Yes.
Hindi ko alam na kapatid siya ni Gabe. I had no idea.
No, I told you that.
Oo,
Ibang klase.
I was so, and then her food, wow.
Yes.
She would always say, it's
Yes.
simple food, but yung simple food naman niya, fantastic. She would
Correct.
teach you the history, yung coconut, yung
Correct,
ano yung mga pagkain nila doon. Ang maganda sa Casa San Pablo, it's open air.
That's true.
And then, ang sarap ng pagkain. And then may love eh. Si Ann kasi may
The
pagmamahal.
Yeah.
Oo, may pagmamahal in each. Like she'll tell you pa, the history of the coconut. Kunyari, pag young
Yes.
coconut, ito yung pagkain mo.
Totoo.
Kung nagmamature, ito yung pagkain. And this is what I noticed what happened during the pandemic. Mas parang mas marami nagmahal sa
Totoo
sarili
yun.
nating bansa.
Ang
People
sarap
were
naman.
buying local,
Yes, yes.
dressing up local,
Yes.
and di ba, they were buying local to support all these small businesses. And
Totoo
I think
yun.
that was quite admirable for all
everything
Filipinos.
afloat, no? Oo,
Yes.
na hindi mawawala ng trabaho. And then kay Ann, tutuluan ka pa nung yun, yung pottery, no? The painting.
Yes.
Make it
Ang galing ng
personalized.
Ang galing ng kanyang pottery. And I did not
That's
know
true.
she was close pala to my late sister, si Lupe. They were very close.
Yes,
So,
yes. And she writes really well. Pag pagawa tayo ng biography, dapat sa kanila, kay Ann.
Ang galing, no? Hindi niya kasi kamukha si Paulo or si Gabe, yung mga kapatid niya. Oo, kasi, hindi ko sabihin, napakaganda. Hindi naman hindi sila mukha silang mga magkapit-bahay, di ba?
Iba
Oo,
talaga.
iba, but they're really talented
Pero lahat
family,
sila
ah.
magagaling at lahat sila
Oo.
mababait. Yun
Oo,
yun eh.
Ang gagaling, no? Yun, but I did not know na magkapatid, and wow,
That's true. That's true.
those parents are really really, I don't know how they were brought up.
Kita mo lang yung passion nila. Na I remember the Mercados, kasi yung Mama's Kitchen, Mama's Table, and we would book there, may minimum. Buti na lang si Paolo at si Gabe yung nandun kasi nakisama ako. Kaya sa Baguio kasi, may mga ganong appointed eating, diba?
Alam mo, ayaw magbukas ng Mama's Table.
Talaga dahil takot?
Because the chef Vicky lives with her 100-year-old mother.
I know.
Nag-iingat siya.
And you would understand. Sabihin mo sana magpabakuna na para at least may protection.
Yun na nga eh.
Wala
Diba?
pa rin.
Or mag-cater na lang siya sa iba sa Mirador. Kasi it's unfortunate I have never tasted her.
Pero ang maganda dyan while you eat good food, the stories kasi, ibang klase lang siya magkwento.
It's not Filipino, but we decided to eat at Hamada.
Yes.
Uy, alam mo, ang sarap.
Ang
Wow,
galing.
it's like akala mo yung medyo masarap lang dahil nung bata pa tayo.
Yes.
Wow, tapos yung kanyang nagluluto, yung may mga stunts pa rin, mga...
Buti, pero how many people yung pwede accommodate ngayon?
Kasi MGCQ naman more people can be allowed. Kasi
Pwede na.
GCQ pala sila now, pero still, pa rin naman, hindi naman nawawala But you feel safe and wow, their teppanyaki, Noel, wow.
Naku, kailangan ng puntahan.
Pero ngayon, di ba dati atin old, yung matigas na steak, Wagyu na sila ngayon.
Sa kanila, ibang klase na sa kanila.
Wow.
At least naranasan mo yan ngayon. But let's go, South naman. Saan po na pwede?
I went to Casa San Pablo. I really love Casa San Pablo, Laguna.
Okay.
Tapos kay Patis Tesoro.
Ayoko naman.
Sa San Pablo, Laguna rin. Ang sarap rin ng pagkain niya.
Oo yun.
And she created this safe space. It's walang aircon, very nice, beautiful home.
At maraming knickknacks, di ba? Para siyang, it reminds me of, Cafe Juanita. Kapatid, ang daming mga detalye doon na yun at makulay.
Yeah, and then may pagmamahal talaga siya because matagal na naman niya yung ginawa. And then she will tell you where to go. And then siya yung original plantita because all the plants are there.
Yes,
What a very talented woman. I mean,
that's true.
And
That's true.
if not for the pandemic, hindi ako makakapunta sa kanya.
Talaga?
Because kasi during the, di ba kasi pre-pandemic, I'm busy, we have to go to this
Marakay.
tourism minister's meeting. Yung mga hindi mo
That's
napapansin yung mga gems, hidden gems.
That's true.
And
Mga hole in the wall.
Oo, yung sulyap, nadaanan ko lang, but I wish I could have stayed more because I also heard, that's also in San Pablo, napakaganda rin. And then, okay, that's where, dumaan rin kami syempre sa Nagcarlan. They have this cemetery, underground cemetery.
And the church, no?
The church is really beautiful.
Na ginamit sa Kampanerang Cuba.
Hindi ko alam.
Oo, ginamit sa TV yon sa Kampanerang Cuba.
Sino yung star ng Kampanerang Cuba?
I think it was Ann Curtis. It was Ate V in the film. Pero yun. So, ang daming gems.
But guess what? The Espasol.
Yes.
I did not know. They made the Espasol before me. Oh, wow. Iba pala yung freshly made. Iba pala ang freshly made na Espasol. Iba pala yung pagdating dito at ginagawa sa harap mo. According to the mayor there, Espasol pala originated in Nagcarlan.
Ay, ang galing na hindi kinakat, no? Yung malahabap ng ay, galing.
Ang sarap. Tapos liliw.
Ay, liliw naman yung mga tsinelas. Yes.
Pero ang pansit nila masarap.
Correct. I remember na ganyan kami ni Mr. C, ni Ryan Kayabiyab na bumili naman kami ng tela ng barong. May mga ganon daw. So that place also, actually kapatid, sasabihin ko rin sa'yo, si Mr. C as national artist, we can tap also because he would want to do mama foodie yan at mag-discover ng music, indigenous music, traditional music sa iba't ibang regions. Pero ang hirap lang gawin, senior citizen at ganun. Ang daming gustong tumulong sa'yo.
I hope fully vaccinated na like him, you
Patapos na rin siya. So maraming mga ganyang also, si Jaja Padilla, kapatid. I have to bring this up kasi last week she was here, she celebrated her birthday. Yung Casa Esperanza niya.
Yes, alam mo, would you believe, sama tayo. She just made a comment. Di ba I posted about Baguio? She made a comment and I'm supposed to visit her with Conrad.
Ayun na.
Sabay tayo.
Naka-ano pa siya, naka-quarantine pa lang siya ngayon. And then yun. And then, I was gonna propose to you kasi like her, she was awarded by University of the East for her vlogs. At kinuha na ng TFC yung probinsya niya. I was thinking, kapatid, we can have also that kind of parang recognition. Parang ikaw na for all those people doing vlogs na tourism-based. And we can judge them and then, ang galing naman ng ginagawa niyong service to tourism.
Correct. Pero di ba maganda ngayon, Noel, everybody's like looking inward. You have all these vlogs showing how beautiful the country is.
Pilipinas muna. Totoo rin naman.
I've been dying to go to her place because, of course, Conrad ang yan and the food.
That's true.
I don't know kung ang magaling magluto si Conrad or si Jaja. I'm not
Pareho actually. So, yan. Sige, magsabay tayo. Pumunta doon.
Sabay tayo kasi pwede na.
Yes, pwede na raw.
We should go kasi bakunado na tayong dalawa.
Yes, fully vaccinated. Now, hindi malasyaran ko nito. May nag-share din kayo ng past boyfriends. Pero buti na rin lang balaya kayo. So you won't may kaibigan tayo doon sa Bacolod naman, si Chef Japes.
Yes,
mahal ka rin noon. So,
I'm the ninang sa kasal niya.
Sobra, kaibigan din natin yan. Na tipong Bacolod now, we love because there's also the one side A, si Joey Benin.
Yes. We visited Punong Gari. Yes.
Okay, ganda rin. Para kang nagre-retreat din pag nandun, no?
Uy, pero iba naman. Alam mo, he sang for us. 3 songs.
Galing.
Iba pala ang Joey Benin na, and very humble, ha?
Very.
Considering icon na rin siya. Side A yan But very, sila mag-asawa. I notice yung pinaka-successful na talaga ng mga tao. Mababait. Walang yabang sa katawan.
Totoo. At saka yung piano nang ginagamit sa Punong Gari, regalo yon or galing kay Mr. C. Si Mr. C naman, ninong nila sa kasal. So nandun. So ang galing lang na we have these stories to tell and then encourage people to go. Saan pa pwede?
Okay. Outside, out of yung I just came from Marinduque.
Okay. Game.
It was, kasi di ba Marinduque is known for Moriones,
pag Holy Week. Yes.
Alam mo, ang ganda ng beaches nila. And do you know that 70% of all the butterflies in the world come from Marinduque?
Ay, ang
You
galing.
should visit their butterfly farm.
Galing.
It's amazing. Ngayon lang ako nakakita sa buong Pilipinas na yung pagpasok mo sa isang lugar, ano-ano mga paro-paro ang umiikot sa'yo.
Ang galing. So,
And
hindi
it's-
lang Palawan. Normally, di ba yan sa Palawan, Siargao, and now we have these,
Marinduque.
places.
And then yung pagkain.
Correct, again.
Oh, so I was asking, ano bang masarap dito? Kasi hindi naman masyadong kilala, di ba?
Yes.
Yung kanilang native pig from
Okay.
ang sarap ng kasi they use native pig, they refuse to use commercial.
Okay.
And apparently, when I posted about that native pig of Marinduque, tinitext ako ng isang kaibigan natin, si Marvin Agustin.
Okay.
Kasi apparently, di ba,
Na-lechonero na ngayon.
lechonero na siya.
Yes.
Matagal na niya gustong kumuha ng supply specifically from Marinduque. Apparently,
Oh,
kilalang kilala talaga sila doon.
ang galing.
Oo.
Must be what they feed the pigs, no? I
Must
guess.
be, but alam mo, when I went there, I was wondering how come not more foodies know about
That's
Marinduque.
true.
Masarap
That's
din yung kanilang, yung pulburon nila, ay padala ko sa iyo mamaya.
Galing.
Hinahalo nila ng uraro. Ang sarap
Wow.
pala ng ganon. You know, I'm embarrassed to say, in one package, 10 siya, I ate 3.
Saan mo
In one
nilalagay,
sitting.
Berna? Hindi naman kita sa'yo. Sa akin,
Okay.
talaga?
Oo,
Feeling ko, tinitikman mo lang, tapos binibigay mo kay Biggie
Hindi.
lahat.
Ito 30 ang kinain ko in one sitting.
Oh my God.
Masarap
Oh
siya
my
talaga.
God.
And then
Okay.
they have this I'm allergic kasi to seafood, but they have this bagoong
Okay.
made of coconut. So they call it kokoong. So for those like me who are allergic and bitin na bitin dahil hindi makabagoong, meron silang kokoong.
Ang galing.
Ang galing.
Kala ko naman you can eat anything, sabi mo. Yun pala, bawal ka ng
Oo.
seafood.
Sayang talaga. But at masarap din yung kanilang, meron din silang, yung crispy pata ni Kaambo. So syempre, pinagayabang nila. Alam mo, masarap talaga. Tapos meron yung pilipit na may parang may
Yes.
may sugar on top. Ang sarap
Yes.
din. Who knew, no? Who knew that Marinduque was so rich in all this heritage because of the Moriones?
Yes.
National Museum has a museum there
Yes.
talking about the history of the Moriones.
Mhm, mhm.
Amazing that, di ba, the Moriones is just there, di ba, yung may mga costume.
At buti buhay sila ngayong pandemic.
Oo, and do you know that they have the lowest crime rate? Ang
Ah,
mababait talaga
good.
yung mga tao doon.
Lower than Batanes?
Parang ganun din daw eh. Yeah, mababait daw
11.
talaga. I was so shocked.
So honest yung mga tao.
Oh, ang Sikihor. Wow.
Of course, I
went
love
there
that.
during
Yeah.
the pandemic for the first
Yes,
time.
yes.
I was blown away.
Ay,
because
maganda
of-
talaga, kapatid.
Wow. Pero more foreigners, no? It's amazing that
Oo
minsan
nga.
nauunahan tayo ng mga
Probably
dahilan.
because yung way, yung parang tayo wala tayong tiyaga na mahihirapan pa. Kasi yung mga foreigners kahit gaano kahirap pero kasi mas mura para sa kanila, no? Kahit ang haba ng travel from Dumaguete, pupunta ka doon, parang pagtsatsagaan nila pero kapatid, kakaiba yung beaches.
Oo,
At
yung
iba.
and then they
Enchanting.
inaano na nila yung mystical. Hindi na
That's
kasi
true.
'di ba dati when you think about Sikihor, yung kukulamin ka.
That's
Ang
true.
magaling yung governor doon, si Governor Villa. Inaayos na
Yes.
niya. It's a healing province.
That's good. That's good.
It's a healing province. And maganda yung church nila rin doon. It's very
Yes.
rich in history. Instagrammable.
Yes,
Ayan.
yes.
And then I'm very rich in culture and heritage. And so yun,
Actually,
I love
that area, Dumaguete and Sikihor, ang ganda ng
yung Dumaguete. I was amazed. Hindi ko alam.
Ay,
Each
mura ang
family pala.
lupa, kapatid, bumili ka doon. Yun, ang daming mga tao nagbebenta ng lupa doon kasi
Talaga?
kailangan, pero talaga ang ganda ng Sikihor. Ang
Ang
Dumaguete.
Dumaguete.
Kasi yung Siliman University is there also, the seat
Oo.
of a lot of literary greats.
At saka matatalino and nga mas comfortable pala sila sa Spanish, no?
That's
Then
true.
they're
That's
very
true.
and then there are 7 households daw that they have what you call daw the chorizo war. Because they have this well-kept secret yung puro pa Espanyol nga yung mga pagkain nila eh.
Correct,
Chorizo
correct.
and they have a new hotel,
Mhm.
the Henry opened up in Dumaguete. Beautiful
Oh,
hotel.
good. At least may alternative na. Kasi parang yung mga natitirhan doon, parang mga dorms.
Hindi, may The Henry na. He opened up last December. I was quite amazed. I asked him, ikaw lang ang kilala ko nagbubukas during the pandemic. Then he always goes, there's always opportunity when there's adversity.
Totoo naman. Totoo naman.
Oo.
Kasi ang ganda ng view ng avenue nila, di ba? Yun,
Maganda.
so sa Dumaguete, kakaiba. Pero let's go back. Well, here in Level Up, we parang celebrate who we were, what we love, and what we stand for, and what's next. Daanan lang natin to because we have students like listening to you and people from the academe, no? As a student, were you diligent? Were you?
Yeah.
Anong klase ka?
I was a
Were you
nerd.
studious?
I was a
You were a
nerd. I loved studying.
So saan ka library ang tambayan?
Sa live lang ako, or
talaga?
I would study, may mga study groups. I was really
you were
a nerd.
UP Economics and Masters then in UP, then you taught right after. So, sino yung mga favorite teachers mo? Let's pay tribute to them. What kind of teachers? During our time kasi, parang ngayon nagtatalo na yung teachers na terror, and we would like go to the terror teachers because we learn a lot, no? But now, parang there's a way for people who are parang friendlier and you're more open to learning kung naging kaibigan mo yung teacher.
Yes.
Sino yung nagtatak sa'yo? And what kind of teacher were you?
Okay, when I like my Spanish teachers kasi dati may Spanish pa kami dati. Si Botor.
Okay.
But then Botor would never, but he passed away already.
Okay.
He would not talk about Spanish. He would talk about life. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but that was I like Botor. We had Carmen Ventanilla also in Spanish.
Yeah,
I like
Ventanilla, yes.
UP ka ba?
Nagturo ako sa UP. Kaibigan ko, nagpumasa naman ako ng UP. Kaibigan ko si Jerry Ventanilla na anak ni Mrs. Ventanilla. Yun.
Is Mrs. Ventanilla still with us?
Hindi ko alam, pero she's regarded as one of the better teachers there.
Yeah, but I had Ventanilla. I had Dr. Castro in UP School of Economics. And then I remember that was kasi I'm a nerd nga kasi he was it's a history of economics yung kanyang ang mga classes niya. And then he would say, I never gave anybody a 1 in my whole life. Sabi niya, alam mo, naging challenge sa akin yun.
That's good.
Minemorize ko yung libro.
Okay.
Because na-challenge ako, I was such a nerd, I memorized the and when puro essay kasi yung mga kanyang, sa Blue Book, puro essay. Alam mo, ginawa ko, minemorize ko kasi yung libro niya. I put it verbatim, naglagay pa ako ng footnotes.
Galing.
This is from the page 56, second paragraph. Ginanon ko talaga, I got my 1.
Ang galing.
Wala, na-challenge ako sa kanya.
So you would want that, no? People like challenging you and you living up to that. Galing. And Bernadette, pinapakita mo naman ngayon, pero yun, ang pinakita mo ngayong discipline, yung malleability ba? That you're able to adapt through the times. Kasi you have your plan set and we saw that. But the thing is, the pandemic came. So talagang divert lahat ng efforts, no? So what's the thing that you miss about school? Ano yung natutunan mo at ano yung nami-miss mo about the school setup? Do you see yourself like teaching again?
I probably will. Galing, go back to teaching.
Lahat naman tayo, di ba? At saka hindi selfish yung ganung move to go back and then tell the people what we learned and we may have more stories pa to tell.
Yeah, it's now better nga if you teach after years of government service kasi at least when you teach them, yung real life already, hindi lang textbook.
That's true.
But I was a mabait na teacher ha. I was not terror. Naiinis lang ako pag hindi nag-aaral talaga or yung nagpapa-cute. Oo.
Totoo, yung tipong alam mo naman na tayong mga teachers ang hirap magbigay ng failing mark. Di ba? Kasi parang it would also like tell, but it's a reflective of us too Pero may tinuro sa akin ni Tito Joe Marichan kasi estudyante ko si Joe Chan na anak niya, no? Nagpaalam talaga ako sa kanya, pwede ko bang ibagsak? Alam mo yung sinabi ni Tito Joe, if you're able to teach him more by failing him, just do so.
Ginawa. Ang hirap no?
Totoo. I had to ask Tito Joe that. Na tipong, yun talaga, people learn by like cautioning them, giving them the pros and the cons. And second, you make them fail and then learn from their mistakes. Pero ang hirap dumating sa puntong yun, kapatid.
Ang hirap, that happened to me yung magulang ang nag-beg sa akin. Yung hindi naman bagsak. Pero he needed a certain average. So yung nanay ang tumawag sa akin. But
oh my God.
Wala eh.
Totoo.
Oo
But
eh. Kasi
what
that's
is,
real life eh. Oo
that's
eh.
true, that's true. At least you're able to teach him more things, no?
Oo, pero ano eh, at saka it would be unfair. It will destroy
For
your
the
credibility
other.
also. And
That's true.
also, alam naman nila yung rules, di ba? From the start, di ba tayo from the start, we say na,
Yeah.
as long as you attend, as long as you, well, yun, that was tough. Kaya nga minsan maganda pala pag students mo, hindi mo kakilala.
Totoo rin naman. But
Oo.
eventually, well, some people kasi, like so sa film, they'll say, Marilu Diaz-Abaya would tell us, so, I'm teaching because my latent function is to get all of you to work with me. Pwede naman ganon, di ba? May
Yes,
practicum na
yes.
side, no? But you went to government service. Ang hirap yan na path. What is there to tell the students na ang tingin kasi nila sa government service, grabe yung politika, grabing madumihan, grabing corrupt. No, it takes a different stomach, parang ganon, to get into government service. Ano masasabi mo about
in
it?
government, it doesn't apply naman eh kasi I just wanted to teach. So I taught on and off 14 years in the UP School of Economics.
Galing.
That was what I wanted talaga. And then they just kept asking me if I wanted to enter yung makulit. Then sabi ko, sige na nga.
Yes.
In fact, when I was with the presidential management staff and I was asked by then head of the PMS, Arthur Yap, he asked me.
Because Tuli's your best friend.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So he asked me, I'm going to be appointed as a Secretary of Agriculture. Could you join me? And in fact, I said, no, I'd rather go back to teaching. Kasi sandali lang ako that time and parang I wasn't as happy.
Okay.
And then sabi ko, wala naman akong alam sa DA, Department of Agriculture. Then he goes, why don't you try it out? So, then kung ayaw mo, balik ka na sa teaching. Kasi teaching is really my first love.
I asked my mom who's from Nueva Ecija, you would like go there daw.
Yes.
To oversee things in Nueva Ecija. So parang sabi ko, talaga sa agriculture pa lang, napaka-active mo na. So you found your niche there already.
No, because you really, how do you know, di ba, if you don't see it for yourself? Paano mo malalaman kung ano yung kailangan ng tao? Kung ikaw mo mismo, kasi I would harvest, I would plant, I would do everything. Tapos doon mo lang malalaman, ito pala ang kailangan nila. Ganito palang kahirap. You really have to talk to them, to talk to the farmers. And then, in the case of the Department of Tourism, paano mo mapopromote ang sarili mong bansa kung hindi ka umiikot?
Tama naman yun. And then one of your objectives was to really bring the orientation for farming into tourism.
Yeah.
Paano mo nagawa yan ngayon? Kasi yun yung background mo, no?
Alam mo, in a way, because of the pandemic, yun ang hinahanap ngayon, farm tourism. Now people want to know where their food comes from.
Galing.
And then, by its very nature, kasi matagal na naman ang farm tourism in other countries.
Totoo yun.
Nag-eksakto lang. By the way, may batas kasi by Senator Cynthia Villar, yung farm tourism law, but parang hindi siguro ma-implement. Eksakto naman, I spent 12 years at the Department of Agriculture.
Yes.
So pagpasok ko sa DA, I knew how to do it. It became now our 10th tourism product. So ngayon, during the pandemic, yun yung hinahanap. People are interested on harvesting, they want to meet their farmers, how their food grows, where it's coming from. So you value the food. In fact, when I was with the Department of Agriculture, kasama ko mga mag-harvest, magplant ng rice and harvest si Margarita Forres.
Ang galing.
Nakasama ko na si Jordi Navarra of Toyo Eatery. Nag-harvest kami ng mangoes.
Ang galing.
So you have all these chefs who really are interested to where their food comes from. And yun.
Talaga, dapat makita ng mga tao yung connection, no? Sa practical na buhay nila. At ngayon, because of the pandemic, sabi mo nga, nakikita nila lalo at na-appreciate nila lalo. So, learnings lang from government service that you can share to the students, to the people watching. Na tipong, some are really averse, no? Pero ikaw, you enjoy it. Ano yung gift talaga?
First, kung it's a salary, hindi, wag talaga.
Totoo yun.
Oo, wag. I'm just quite lucky because Dave, when he was alive, he was the one working. And then, I'm quite lucky with my husband and my husband's family. So I'm allowed to work in government. Pero kung sa sweldo lang, mahirap. Mababa talaga ang sweldo. And number two, always, you guard your reputation with your
That's true.
life.
That's true.
Yun ang pinaka-importante.
Ikaw pa may family name ka pa na ganyan, di ba? Parang ibang klaseng expectation.
Oo, at saka yung minsan tempted ka kasi talaga Parang,
Totoo yun.
di ba there's so many people, no, parang people offer you talaga the
Totoo.
bad, but
Diretso.
wag.
Totoo.
Everything should be legal by the
Totoo
law.
yan.
Kung ano yung tama, always consult with your lawyers. Always check the civil service kung tama ba.
Galing.
Kasi
Maaga pa lang, di ba, namulat ka na sa ganyan. Well, I read your bio and you gone for an elective office.
Oo.
Tapos kapatid, by 2,000 votes, sayang kinampanya sana kita noon, no? Parang you could have won Congresswoman already earlier
pero
on.
alam mo, buti na lang hindi.
Mag-concede. Ang dali mong mag-concede.
Pero
Parang,
buti na lang hindi.
talaga?
Kasi I wouldn't be here right now if that
That's
happened.
true
It's
also,
really
that's true. The hard way, no?
the hard
Parang tinuruan
way.
niya, the process.
Honestly, yeah, and I really like yung working when I was with the presidential management staff. Actually, my first job was really in the NEDA.
Yeah.
Ang trabaho ko, tiga-timpla ng kape.
Talaga?
Oo, Xerox girl. Yun ang
I have to
pinapagawa sa
I have
akin
to
ng-
laud you kasi nakita ko yung Instagram stories mo kanina. Pinapalakpakan niyo si Carl Chu. Sabi ko, Atenista yan. At saka
Oo,
like you, nerd and diligent.
Magaling si Carl. That
At
was my
mabait.
first job at the NEDA.
Talaga.
Pero siyempre, bagong graduate. Tapos,
Yeah.
siyempre, the time my dad pa was a senator. So siguro, they were trying me. So every morning, I was there 7 in the morning. Tiga-timpla
Galing,
ako ng
no?
kape nila, Xerox girl.
Galing.
Pero, alam mo, no job is too small or too
That's
big.
true. That's
Gawin mo, yung hindi ka porke lang, hoy, tiga Ateneo ako, tiga UP ako.
That's
That's
true.
below me. No, you do everything by scratch. And then when I was with the presidential management staff,
Mhm.
alam mo ba, that time, kasi hindi ganun karaming mga flights So
That's
we would
true.
take military planes. Nandun kami sa
Oh.
cargo plane.
Oh.
Cargo plane kami sumasakay para lang we would go to the places we had to go to. Hindi private jet cargo plane, nakaupo ka sa sahig. Tapos yung mga kwarto ko, I remember, I won't mention where. 'Di ba when you enter a room, sine-check mo muna yung mga
Correct,
naalala
correct.
ko yun yung kurtina, pagkaganon ko ng kurtina, puro ipis.
Dust. My God.
Hindi dust,
Hindi lang
ipis.
dust, ipis. Okay.
Even when I was with the Department of Agriculture, kasi syempre government yung
That's true. That's
kaya
true.
namin sa hotel. Nako, meron akong isang place pinuntahan. Kaya pagod na pagod mo, pagpunta mo sa pag syempre titingin ka sa ceiling, puro gagamba.
Oh.
Oo, pero ganun kasi syempre yun na lang afford sa government.
Pero
Talagang
ito na nga.
mahirap.
Pero in-upgrade nyo na yan. When you say government now, at least better na yung services.
Service,
Kasi, well,
oo.
well, hindi sila papasa dun sa minimum standard mo kung may ganun pa rin,
Oo.
di ba?
Pero kasi pag government kasi, syempre marami rin mag-o-offer na, you stay in this 5-star hotel, pero
That's
limitado ka pa rin sa
That's
budget
true.
ng government.
That's
Always ganun talaga. Sometimes may mga resorts that invite me to go there, pero humihindi ako kasi baka ma-misinterpret.
Totoo yun. And then you set your set examples even to your staff and yun, co-cabinet members, di ba? Parang yun parang ang aga mo ang nasabi, parang you're defined by the things you say no to. Parang gano'n, parang maayos yung value ng mga services, ng mga tao.
Oo.
Yun siguro.
Yes.
Well, anyway, see, daldal lang tayo ng daldal.
Di ba
tayo nagtanong sa love life mo, pero sasama na yung ibang mga kasama natin sa radyo-katipunan. Pero Berna, do you see yourself loving again? To love again yung kanta mo, no? Pero gusto namin kang i-pair sa kung sino-sinong mga taong deserving sana. Pero yun nga, ano ba yung criteria mo? Hindi kaya
alam mo, parang mahirap ngayon. Hindi kaya mahirap ngayon kasi during the pandemic, kailangan fully vaccinated.
yun.
Tapos 14-day quarantine bago. Right now, di ba? Ang hirap, no? Ang hirap, di ba? Tapos kailangan malaman mo kung saan siya galing, di ba? Kung maingat ba or kasi ang COVID nandyan pa rin. Baka siguro kung may herd immunity na, that's when we start talking about dates. And honestly,
Love
Well,
lesson, kapatid. Yun na lang before we go into a break. Grabe rin yung pinagdaanan mo kasi nakita na track namin pero sabi nung mamaya during the break sasabihin ko rin na buti na rin lang parang tinest ka ng God to go to where you'll be more peaceful. Yun yung gano'n, no? So, ano yung hope mo? Nag-hope ka ba na eventually after this life and government service, you'll have another partner?
Alam mo, no. Because,
okay.
alam mo kasi, honestly, kung masaya ka naman sa sarili mo you don't need Oo.
It'll just come.
I'm not even looking for it. In fact, I was just talking to one of my close friends the other day. And then I said, I don't know, baka dahil pandemic, ang dami kong trabaho. And then, I don't know, maybe ang love ko talaga is coming unconditional from my dog,
Totoo
Biggie.
naman yun.
Yung dog, Biggie ko, di ba?
Sobra.
Where you can find unconditional love. But maybe now, because I like what I'm doing, I'm so fulfilled with what I'm doing, parang kumpleto na.
It shows naman. Pero tingnan pa natin yung ibang possibilities after this break. Kung we'll talk pa rin off-cam, we'll come back with Bernadette, Romulo-Puyat, our friend, after these reminders.
I am a COVID survivor. And my doctor said that with my comorbidities, it's good that I completed my vaccination. The result? Low viral load, less symptoms, less chance of transmitting the virus. Please get vaccinated. All vaccines protect us against hospitalization and even death. Basta bakunado, okay nang maging close tayo.
Taon na lang pareho din ang iyong pinaplano. Ngayon mo na kailangan ng
Ayan na, go! We're now here on our second hour sa Level Up. We're still with DOT Secretary Bernadette, Romulo-Puyat, and we're with our colleagues sa radyo-katipunan. Ayan na. We're all friendly because you're honorary Atenean because of your husband, and a lot of like good friends. You know, best friend ni Luli Arroyo, you have Butch Season.
Oh, Butch is there!
Ha? Talaga?
Akala ko si Butch niya, akala ko. Kasi Butch
Wala.
na lang pala si Butch.
Yun,
And
parang,
then, my daughter studied in Ateneo College.
anong course?
Psychology.
Psychology. O yan,
Yes.
mahalaga yan ngayon, lalo ng pandemic, di ba?
Oo.
Like processing everything and even grief counseling
Correct.
sa mga taong nawalan ng mahal sa buhay. Now, let me introduce to you our colleagues. Jovi Miroyce from the Freedom Department. Jovi,
Nice meeting you po.
Hi,
Ayan,
Jovi.
magtanong ka muna, Jovi. I know, ayan, more culture, more tourism, and a lot of like experiences na ngayon parang na-halt, natigil lahat, pero tingnan natin paano i-restart. Jovi, go.
Ay, tatanong ko na lang yung question ni Ambassador Eddie Valdez from the Philippine Ambassador to Belgium. How ready are we to promote our tourist destinations? Parang you need to go to the DFA also to change mindsets there, or you are not yet ready?
Oh, Eddie De Vega.
Yes, Eddie De Vega.
Can I tell you, he was my childhood friend.
Oh,
Childhood
he's not
friend
that old.
because, si Tito Gimo De Vega kasi was very close to my well, always naman continuous pa rin the promotion of the Philippines. We have to be top of mind. Always. Because we don't know, like now, may vaccines na. And in fact, 2020, we were quite surprised that we won. Intramuros won as best tourist attraction of the world. It was the first time Intramuros won. I can tell you it was a surprise because we didn't campaign for it. It just happened. And then for the second time in a row, we were best dive destination in the world. For Asia, again, best dive destination, and Asia's best destination, dive destination. And then leading tourism board tayo sa Asia. Second time in a row. And then we had the World Tourism and Travel Council, WTTC, World Tourism Travel Council, Safe Travel Stamp. That means na you cannot get the Safe Travel Stamp if you do not pass world standards. In tourism, yung pinakamalaki for the private sector is the WTTC. All the big hotels, all the who's who are members of the WTTC. And last September, we got the Safe Travel Stamp. So always have to be top of mind. So when people can travel, they know na, oh, okay, we can go to the Philippines kasi it passed the Safe Travel Stamp.
That's good.
Right.
Well, let's have another one. Probably the youngest in our roster, si Maxine Cruz, to ask a question. Hello, good afternoon, Max.
Hi, good afternoon, Tito Noel, and good afternoon, Secretary Puyat. I was just wondering, what are alternate ways to support local tourism? Because like with all the safety protocols, and even if we have the safety stamp, some people are still a bit hesitant to leave, especially seniors and the youngest kids. So are there projects or alternate ways of support?
Well, we have, because of Bayanihan 2, for the tourism stakeholders, we were given 3.1 billion pesos. We give 5,000 pesos each for those who've lost their jobs. Yeah. And then last Feb, what we did was we expanded it. Everybody thinks kasi pag tourism, yung nagtatrabaho lang sa hotels or yung mga tour guides. And then we expanded it to pedicab drivers, masahista, live entertainers. You have to admit, Noela, nawalan sila ng trabaho because nawala yung tourism. So we gave them, in fact, yung kay Tatay Kidlat Tahimik, we gave everybody working in his Ililikha 5,000 pesos each.
That's good.
So, but again, admittedly, napaka-konti nun. Really, when you talk about tourism, it's still to restart travel. In our travel survey with the AIN, people, believe it or not, want to travel. They want to leave the house for their sanity. They want to first go by land, first go around their municipality, go around their city, their province. So yun na muna. So we have been promoting all these places that you can go to by land. So Intramuros nga, believe it or not, Maxine, nagmamakaawa ang mga tao sa akin na tanggalin ang age restrictions.
Yes.
Because those above 65 and below 18 want to go to Intramuros naman. May mga nanay naman gustong-gusto mag-Intramuros pero hindi naman nila maiwanan ng mga anak nila. Sayang, Noel, Maxine, papayagan na dapat. In fact, I asked the President's permission kung pwedeng tanggalin, kung para safe space for them, may time lang ako for seniors or may time lang ako families or may time ako kasama ng seniors, mga apo nila. Papayagan na dapat, nagka-variant. So, nag-lockdown ulit. So, ganyan kami sa tourism parang on and off, but ganon. Nothing really beats restarting tourism, and but I always remind our travelers, just because you are negative sa RT-PCR, it does not mean it gives you a license to party, do mass gatherings, stick to your bubble. Sometimes you will see a friend you have not seen in years. Gusto mong ibeso-beso, ihag. No. Mabuhay sign na lang. Wag. I don't even do the fist bump. Kasi fist bump, kamay pa rin yun Parang mabuhay sign lang. You really, even if fully vaccinated, you still have to be careful. This only protects you, but para tuloy-tuloy na ang pag-restart ng tourism. Not only tourism, but the whole economy.
Sana naman. Now we also have someone from Batang Atenista. Hindi naman na siya bata, pero one of our campus ministers, Jeff Velasco. Jeff, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Sir Noel. Good afternoon, Sec Berna. I used to be a frontliner po sa tourism. I used to be a mabuhay guide under Susan Calo Medina. But the late Susan Calo Medina. So I was trained by the DOT. Medyo malaki na gasto sa amin, ma'am.
yung editor dyan, estudyante ko nasa Channel 7 ngayon. Basta one of the writers yan. Pero maganda talaga yung Mabuhay Magazine. It's still there? Mabuhay Guide and Mabuhay Magazine.
Wala na po, sir. When Tita Susan died,
online na lahat.
Online na lahat.
Ask your question.
Okay, ma'am. Tatanong ko lang po, ma'am, because I'm interested in going back, doing this on the side. Siyempre, hindi pwedeng full-time kasi employee po ako Ateneo. But doing this on the side, I want to resume tour guiding. Is there any online training program po since everything is online now?
Marami.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi starting April 2020, we already have online training courses for tour guides. And a lot of them have been doing yung marami kasi that cannot travel. So meron yung mga online, nagdo-tour guide sila, then pinapakita na lang nila where to go. We could inform you when that will be. As early as April 2020, nag-shift na kami sa online. Because that was the only way to first teach ano ba yung Filipino brand of service during the pandemic, ano yung do's and don'ts. Kasi syempre lahat hindi nila alam ano ba yung dapat, ano ba yung mali. So we even had doctors like Dr. Salvania, everybody. And then recently we had about vaccination because a lot want to be vaccinated but they're unsure. So we have all this online webinars, etc. that deal even for mental health. We also have.
Ang galing.
Marami yan. It's evolving, always evolving, but we will let you know regarding tour guiding. By the way, I always used to end my speech quoting the late Susan Calo Medina. I always say, wag maging dayuhan sa sariling bayan.
Totoo naman, pero naka-wrap around ka dapat na damit. Diba?
Oo nga, di ba? And then hindi pa uso ang travel show. Naniwala na siya eh.
That's true.
At that time, nagpapakahirap siya going around the country and it was not easy. There was no access.
Yes.
She was ahead of her time. Yeah.
Mission
So
talaga.
are you surprised, Jeff? We had 110 million domestic trips around the country. Even the millennials, they love our country. Maybe it's because of social media. Everything is Instagrammable. And yung food, kaya nga social media has played a huge part. And we have all this, like even Jaja, all these influencers, when people see na, yung idol ko, pumunta dito sa lugar na ito, gusto na rin nila pumunta.
Totoo. Yun nga yung Instagram mo lang, IG stories mo yung sa Antipolo, yung underground na may waterfalls. Ano ba yun? Parang a cafe. Yun, another cafe na kailangan bababa ka ng mahaba para
Borough Cafe.
Borough yun. So loob ng isang kay FPJ na compound. Parang yun, pinuntahan ko rin yun. Pero yun nga parang it needs people to promote it. Yun parang ganun. Anyway, Engineer James Wong is with us. James, can you shoot a question kay Secretary Puyat?
Good afternoon po, Madam Secretary. Just would like to ask, kasi po like you're in the government, you're partnered with many departments in the government. And isa po sa mga, among those na nakita ko po ay ang Transportation Department at ang DPWH. So I know these two departments are essential or like needed for tourism. How are they helping you out, or how are they being, how are you working together, especially in this time of pandemic?
With the DPWH, we have a project with them, the TRIPSI, Tourism Roads. So a certain budget, tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman yan a certain budget of the DPWH goes to tourism roads. So that's with Infra, DPWH. With Department of Transportation, sana before the pandemic, kami pa ang popondo sa dapat ng night rating ng mga hotel, ng mga airports. Kasi 'di ba, nung pre-pandemic problema pa natin, 'di ba? Delayed lagi ang flights, and when I asked, it's because hinahabol pala nila yung daylight. So we were going to fund sana, we were going to give 2 billion pesos to the DOTR. And we were going to night rate all these airports para kahit na gabi pwede mag-landing ang mga eroplano. But right now, yung aming trabaho, nagbago na Mag-partner kami sa pag-accept ng mga OFWs, mga OFs. Yung airports natin ngayon, it's for them. And with the airline industry naman, tumutulong kami para, well, to restart tourism. And the only way na magkaka-flights ulit, mapupuno yung flights, if all the LGUs agree to accept tourists and if we restart tourism.
Yeah. So, well, yun nga, parang buti nga yung sa Baguio, they would like be open to welcome people already from Metro Manila and from other parts of the country. Joby, any other question?
Marami akong tanong.
Go.
But I'll just ask a few of them. One is from the director of Instituto Cervantes. He's asking
he's in Intramuros.
Yes, if you're targeting a certain number of tourists from Spain, I guess from Europe as well. I guess this is when we open up again.
Okay. Last night I had dinner with the Spanish ambassador, who is half Filipino, by the way. His mom was born in Noel, Baguio.
Ang galing.
So
everything points to Baguio at this point.
Points to Baguio. Right now, we are accepting balikbayans. They are our third largest market. Pre-pandemic, we were planning on the quincentennial. Yun ang plano natin, the circumnavigation, di ba? And that was really in close connection with the Spanish government. Pero right now, I was talking to the ambassador na magkakaroon daw sila ng parang exhibit at the National Museum this October. Siyempre, yung chairman ng National Museum, yung ating kaibigan, si Lily Arroyo. Yes. So, right now, yun na nga may mga hurdles pa even with balikbayans, they are not coming because of the 10-day quarantine period. Kasi nauubos na yung kanilang vacation leaves sa quarantine. Although in the whole Asia, lahat pa may quarantine. Ang nagbabalang ng quarantine days for fully vaccinated would be Hong Kong from 21 to 7, but only for 3 countries, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. So yun ang hurdle pa natin ngayon. Gusto man ng mga foreigners pumunta dito, may 10-day quarantine. Hindi lang yun. Pagbalik nila, may another. Like in Hong Kong, the quarantine is 21 days.
Yeah.
In all other countries, it's 14 days. So you're spending, but what we are doing now is I am asking sana dumadating na naman yung supply ng vaccines na kung pwede natin bakunahan na yung mga iba't ibang tourist destinations natin. For example, in Boracay, they've identified 40,000. In Bohol, 70,000. So I'm thinking konti lang naman yon. Gusto naman nilang magpabakuna.
Yeah.
So bakunahan na sila so they can eventually accept fully vaccinated individuals with no quarantine kasi vaccinated na rin sila.
Yeah.
Sa Phuket will only accept, as I've mentioned, Noel, will only accept no quarantine kung 70% vaccinated na rin ang mga tiga Phuket.
Ay,
So
matagal
that's
pa
the
tayo
only way to
nun.
remove. Pero I think kaya naman dumadating. I know that maraming dumadating na bakuna. And then, let's say, at least yung ating mga tourism nasa A4 naman sila.
Yes.
Oo. But of course, those working in quarantine, A1. Pero yung mga iba, A4. So we're hoping, and then may nagdo-donate. Like, I'm so happy with Philinvest in Crimson for Boracay.
Good.
Nag-donate sila ng 5,000 doses.
Good.
So at least, paunti-unti nava-vaccinate. And syempre, yung gusto nating, ngayon kasi, Jovi, may quarantine. Tapos pagbalik nila may quarantine. So eventually, we will get there na pag walang quarantine, then we can accept visitors.
At pag bakunado na, no?
Bakunado.
Parang yun.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to be vaccinated.
That's true.
Oo,
Joe,
because
go. Shoot another question.
Jovi, alam mo with I hope you're vaccinated. You are not only protecting yourself. Very good. You're not only vaccinating yourself, but you are, di ba, you have to protect others.
That's true.
So, kasi, Secretary, dun sa questions that I gathered, there were 2 mindsets. One was, when are we going to open up our tourism? We cannot be in a cave for a long time. Then there are those who are more cautious. Parang they're saying, is it really safe to open up our airways, our airports, etc.? So, those are the 2 sentiments. So I guess which are you looking at?
Alam mo, and yun na nga akala kasi ng lahat, syempre when you're talking to the tourism stakeholders, naiinip sila. Pero like what I told Noel, di ba sabi ko pag umiikot ako last year, I was not welcome because they didn't want tourists.
Yeah.
Kasi natatakot sila that tourists will bring in COVID.
That's true. At
So, in
galit na
fact,
galit ka nung may nag-violate sa Boracay, di ba?
oo. So, ang stand naman palagi ng Department of Tourism is we have to restart tourism, slow but sure.
That's true.
Kasi more than a year na walang trabaho ang
Yeah.
mga tao.
Yeah.
The other week lang, we talked to the live events.
Yes.
And umiiyak na sila.
Affected din sila. Yeah.
Oo, sabi nga nila, baka hindi naman kami mamatay sa COVID, mamatay naman kami sa gutom. Dahil wala na kaming mapakain, hindi na namin mapaaral ang aming mga anak. That is a reality.
Totoo.
And then, syempre, marami rin naloloko because lalo na yung mga babae. Kasi naghahanap na sila kung paano sila magtatrabaho. Tapos, sila pa yung teacher ng mga anak nila dahil homeschooling.
Multitasking, yes.
We have to restart tourism. But whenever we push for the restart of tourism,
nagkaka-surge.
Nagkaka-surge. No, but actually, can I tell you, walang surge in any tourist destination because of tourism.
Okay.
Wala.
That's a nice point.
It's not because... So whenever we push for the restart of tourism, palagi naman tayo, in the IATF, the DOT is an original member, and we are 1 out of 28. Kasama doon, syempre, ang DOH, at kasama doon yung mga health experts. So, kahit na gusto namin mag-push, kung sinabi ng doktor, hindi pwede, wala eh. Kasi at the end of the day, sila yung doktor eh. Sila yung doktor. But then, mahirap talaga, it's balance eh. So, we have one part with Sec. Carl Chua pushing to restart the economy. But at the same time, we have to be careful. But dito kami lahat nagtutugma. Everybody has to be vaccinated. That's the only way to restart tourism safely and to restart the economy safely at hindi matatakot yung mga tao na magkaka-COVID sila or magkaka-increase ng cases. In fact, I was just reading, Noel, I'm so happy with Sinovac. Kasi diba, there are cases in Brazil na I think fully vaccinated sila, tapos 95% ang bagsak ng COVID.
That's true. Ako nga, I dedicated my whole advocacy to having people vaccinated after I went through the COVID experience, no? Well, my doctor said, yun talaga, it was the vaccine that saved me.
Yeah.
So, ang hirap lang talaga to kasambahay namin, kapatid. Medyo matagal para i-convince.
Ayaw pa rin?
Kasi parang, ngayon, pinipila na rin sila. Pero yung tipong feeling ng last bastion na controlled nila yung katawan nila, ayaw nila ng something that would invade their bodies. Kasi parang naghihirap na nga kami, ito pa ba, katawan pa rin namin. Joey, you would know that's a philosophy, di ba? Ito na yung pag-aari mo, i-invade pa ba? Sobra na yung hirap na pinagdadaan.
Pero alam mo, yung Sinovac na would be the most natural.
Sana kasi yun na nga.
Others. Yeah.
Nakakatawa yung punchline mo dyan. Yung tipong ang side effect lang ay either antukin ka or magugutom ka. Hindi mo lang alam kung ano yung unahin mo or pwedeng sabay.
Ako nga, alam mo, I had no side effect whatsoever. So, nagpanic ako, nag-text ako kay Edsel Salvania. Wala akong side effect. May epekto ba ito? Kasi, di ba, feeling mo dapat may side effect. But,
yes.
you know, I like what you're saying, Noel. It has saved so many lives.
That's true.
Sinovac, yes. And it's always best to be vaccinated.
Regardless of the brand, let's make people responsible, not only for themselves, but for other people also.
But ako, baliktad naman sa household ko, lahat gusto magpabakuna kasamang kanilang mga asawa. So I'm lucky in that aspect.
Voluntarily? But kapatid,
voluntarily.
Would you want your employees, meron naman kasi sa Ateneo ba ganyan, nire-require na kayo vaccinated bago kayo pumasok? Oo. Hindi naman.
Wala pang bakuna sa Ateneo.
Ay, wala. Lagot.
LGU.
Pero ako, it was never I asked them first, do you want to be vaccinated? Everybody wanted. And then, kasi I bought also vaccines for them eh. I bought for them. And then, tinanong ko pa, gusto mo ba yung asawa mo rin? Umiyak. Gusto daw nila. Ako naman yung opposite. Everybody wants to be vaccinated.
Dapat ganun eh. Dapat talaga ganun. Go, Max. Shoot the questions or baka meron dun sa online. Yeah. Go.
So hello again. A while ago, we were talking about how you plan on going back to teaching, but I want to know, how have your previous experiences as an economics professor and also as an undersecretary for agriculture prepared you or help you for your current position as the Secretary of Tourism?
I'm probably one of the few Department of Tourism secretaries who rose from the rank.
Which is good.
Alam ko yung paano yung gobyerno, paano kaimportansya ang procurement.
Yes.
Hindi ka yung kunyari lahat ng ginagawa ng staff ko pwede ko ring gawin.
That's good.
Yung nagawa ko na lahat yon. I've been maganda pala yung nagsimula ka from scratch.
Yeah.
Na hindi ka naging boss agad.
Yeah.
Kasi naiintindihan mo rin at hindi mo papagawa sa kanila yung hindi mo nagawa when you were in that position. In fact nga, may job nga ako before, tiga-transcribe ako eh. I mean, di ba, I told you nga, tiga-timpla ng kape, tiga-photocopier, but kasi no job is big or small. Kailangan gawin mo in anything. With being DOT secretary, kasi 12 years ako sa Department of Agriculture. 12 years, 3 different secretaries, 3 different presidents. And alam mo, you just do what you have to do. Huwag mong isipin ng politics. Cannot be politicized.
Gusto kong sumundot doon kasi sa family mo, kapatid, iba-iba yung political leanings but you're able to balance everything.
Yeah.
Parang United Colors of Benetton ka nga kasi nga we have Roman with Vico, you're with Duterte, and you have some people na really close to Pinoy also, no? So parang paano mo nababalanse yan?
Well, parang wala naman, hindi nakaka-problema. Hindi naman kasi
And Erwin, iba rin yung
Erwin rin.
Oo,
si Erwin. Iba-iba si Erwin yung artist sa amin eh.
Yes.
Oo. Actually, pag nag-uusap naman kami, no argument naman. Walang but kami, parang we're all the same actually. We're friends with everybody.
That's
true.
Ano iniiwasan niyo yung politika when you talk to family members?
Si Roman naman actually was supported also by PRD. Si Roman and Vico. The beauty of Roman and Vico, I love those two. Di ba? When they ran, they were under Action Demokratiko.
Yes.
And then, di ba, palaging nababrown out pag nagrarally sila. House to house. And then, in fact, I remember that nung nagbibilangan, tinanong ko sa kanilang dalawa, paano kung matalo kayo? Di okay lang daw, at least they tried.
Okay.
But nanalo nga yung dalawa. Oo, nanalo yung dalawa. I think what's all the same with us is yung prinsipyo talaga. You just have to do what you think is right. Yun lang talaga.
Look for spaces when you can work together, no? More than emphasize yung division.
Oo, at saka dapat yung tama lang dapat. In fact, yung pagbakuna, si Roman recently lang yan nabakuna. Kasi lagi mo iniisip na, naku, wag na muna, mauna muna yun.
Yung mga senior citizens daw kasi yung ayaw magpabakuna nung una.
Oo. In fact, ako naman, nagpabakuna lang ako nung natapos na lahat ng A4 sa Manila, sa City of Manila. Parang I didn't feel right na mauna ako sa kanila. Although I have my pulmonary embolism, mali pa rin eh. I wanted them to finish first. Si Roman naman, parang sabi niya, although yun, A3 siya talaga, but wala, naghintay lang siya. Parang actually pag yung mindset namin, lahat pare-pareho kami.
Yung tama lang.
Dapat yung tama lang eh. Yung tama lang dapat.
Ang kalaban mo, konsensya. Very atinista.
Yes.
Jeff, go. Jeff, shoot another question.
Actually, ma'am, di na to question, but I want to pick up from what you said earlier na ang mga gustong umikot ng Pilipinas, mag-tour ng Pilipinas, mga Pilipino. I'd like to share na when I was still active as a tour guide, my favorite clients were always Filipino groups. Because they're the ones who are really interested and they keep saying, hindi ko to natutunan sa school. Hindi ko to natutunan nung nag-aaral ako ng history, ng araling panlipunan. Parang there's really a great appreciation and really parang we are all along with my fellow frontliners parang in tourism, parang please, sige na, ibalik nyo na yung ibalik na natin yung tourism, no? Ayun po, and I admire po your professionalism sa government service, ma'am. Yun lang po.
Thank you very much. Alam mo, Jeff, I went to Dapitan for the first time when I was tourism secretary. To be honest with you, pumunta lang ako dahil yung si Congressman Bullet Halosos was one of those that confirmed me kasi. So, pinagbigyan ko lang. Oh my gosh, ang ganda ng Dapitan. That's where you see the life of Jose Rizal. Iba yung, tama ka Jeff, hindi yung nababasa mo lang, nakikita mo nandoon na, dito pala siya tumira ng 3 taon. Dito pala naglanding. Wow, siya palang gumawa may map siyang ginawa of the Philippines. Tapos yung Rizal, you can see the love letters of Josephine Bracken sa kanya, kung saan sila tumira. And iba pa rin talaga yung nasa kwarto ka, ngayon pa online, tapos nakikita mo face to face, ang dami mong natututunan. Tapos grabe pala talaga si Jose Rizal. He even has this game na, in fact, bumili nga ako ng mga game, yung parang it's like a oracle, parang manghuhula na game.
Yes po.
Ang natutunan ko lang, imagine mo, when I was with the DOT. And I always say, lahat ng field trip dapat ganito. Yung experiential, hindi yung nasa kwarto ka or ano. So, nothing talaga beats going to the tourist spot. Pero alam mo, Jeff, you'd be so proud now. Parang mas, yung mga akala natin hindi ayaw umikot sa Pilipinas, ngayon gustong-gustong umikot.
Basta buksan na, no? Tapos ngayon kailangan i-navigate lang kasi online. How to have that vicarious experience online.
Anyway, but pwede nang Bailanda, La Union, bukas na rin. I think Pangasinan, bukas na rin.
At least.
Mama ka, Noel.
One of these days, kontakin kita, ayusin muna natin yung Sharon Cuneta tour.
Sige.
James, go, shoot the question again.
Ayan, hello po ulit. I would just like to ask, kasi po, di ba, your last name really is kilala po, no, Romulo. We have Carlos Romulo and the former secretary, Albert Romulo. And now another Romulo is in the government. So how does the young Romulo would like to address the young Filipinos now? I mean, this is a different generation. Kumbaga, Carlos Romulo, then Albert Romulo, then you are. There you are in the government.
Grabe yung pressure, no?
Yes.
Grabe ang pressure kasi I remember when Arthur Yap, who actually studied also in Ateneo.
Yes, naabutan ko siya sa student council. Baka nga si Joey naabutan din, di ba? Kabatch mo.
Kabatch mo ba siya? When he asked me if I wanted to join him in the Department of Agriculture, pinag-isipan ko lang siya because that was the only cabinet position na walang alam yung daddy ko. Kasi like si Carlos P. Romulo, Foreign Affairs. My dad was Foreign Affairs. Hindi lang Foreign Affairs, Executive Secretary, Finance Secretary, Department of Budget and Management. Ang DA, wala siyang alam. So parang it's James, parang naghanap ako ng way talaga na hindi ako makukumpara sa kanilang dalawa. Kasi it's very, ang hirap, no?
Yeah.
Ang tourism, hindi rin naman nila alam eh. Hindi rin sila but pero I remember this was the first time I spoke before the Makati Business Club. My uncles were there, Tito Dick, Tito Bobby, Romulo. And I remember one of them saying, please do not embarrass us. Very strict, very strict. My dad, takot na takot, apparently sat at the pinaka-back kasi kinakabahan siya baka kasi yung pamilya ko rin very strict sila. Yung reputation talaga, you have to maintain the clean name. Wala talaga dapat anomalya. So with regard to right now, I'm very lucky in the Department of Tourism, James, that I am in the time of my life that young people love local. Love the Philippines.
That's true.
I have to admit, when I was younger, alam mo Noel, when we were younger, admit mo, naka-Tretorn ka at naka-Ralph Lauren.
Totoo.
Oo, di ba? Di ba halatang we're showing our age? Now, we like local. We even wear the terno with jeans, it's modern. Before, di ba, ang terno, pang Imelda Marcos. Now, we wear, di ba, people were afraid before to wear the terno because but they don't realize that it is our national costume. While other countries like in India, they wear their sari. In Japan, they're so proud. Ang Filipinos ngayon lang talaga, we're wearing local.
Pero at least now, sina Marga Nagrales had made it really more accessible na hindi rin naman alienating na diba?
Yung
na
hindi,
sa katawan.
Yung hindi yung parang naglilinggo ng wika ka.
Correct.
Oo, you can wear it every day. In fact, a lot of people, because maybe lang now, I've been wearing local for the past 10 years because
Correct,
I like
correct,
it.
correct.
Akala ng lahat ngayon lang because of I'm the DOT secretary. But no, I just love wearing local. Magaganda naman and it's nice kasi it's modernized na. Hindi yung parang naglilinggo ng wika ka or Filipino Day.
Totoo yun.
And then right now our the young people love to travel around the country. It's so easy
Totoo
to
yun.
sell the country, to love our country, to tell people to eat local, buy local, support local. Because I'm sure si Maxine, you have a lot of local stuff, di ba? It's so in to wear local now, di ba? Ang problema nga lang daw mahal. So naghahanap ako ng ways para mas mura. But you know, I was so a proud moment for me. Hindi man nanalo our candidate, but si Miss Mexico, di ba she
Okay.
wore a terno?
Okay.
One of her because she said she knows it's terno is from the Philippines. She was so amazed by it in one of her mga media she wore a terno.
While you're there sa Miss Universe or yung mga ganyang beauty pageant, kapatid, yung na-inherit mo kasing DOT, di ba? There were so much into the beauty pageants. What made you decide to drop the bid for Miss Universe niyan na hindi yun yung priority? Kasi ang ganda lang na skew mo talaga 360-degree turn kasi they were really so engrossed with the Miss Universe hosting sa Philippines, no? And now you're able to like make people love their country without like or foreigners loving the Philippines without hosting the Miss Universe. Nag-cost analysis ka rin ba?
Meron din.
Yeah,
Meron din. Masyadong mahal. And we felt that, although I mean, as like all of us, we watched Rabia kung mananalo. It's still, but, well, it's actually the guidance of the president also.
That's true. That's true.
He told me that you could support, but parang to veer away, parang wag puro fashion show and beauty pageants. He has nothing against it, but to look at other avenues.
Ang maganda sa iyo, kapatid, kasi hindi ka calling attention. Your programs are really there, sustainable, at pwedeng tumagal even if you're out of office. Yun na nga, let's focus on your last 12 months. Kasi bago magtanong si Justin, no, ano pa yung pwede nating asahan? Kasi ang bilis na lang ng last 12 months.
Oo, ang bilis eh. In fact, when nag-start tayo ng interview, I was thinking we were still May, June na pala.
Yeah,
ang bilis ng panahon.
Yeah.
Again, we'll just focus on first vaccinating. Yun na muna. Kasi the only way to restart tourism is our tourism frontliners are vaccinated. I hope, Jeff, na-vaccinate ka na ba?
Ayan na, Jeff.
I'm waiting po kasi wala po ako sa mga categories eh. I'm waiting po for the Ateneo vaccine.
Moderna ba kayo?
I think po, Moderna po yung kinuha ng Ateneo.
Oo. You're waiting for the vaccine. Pero
Yes,
I think you could be in economic kasi sa amin naman basta nagtatrabaho ka dapat.
Basta sana mauna yung vaccine kaysa yung sakit. Yun.
Oo.
Yun.
Oo. That's what we're focusing now to restart tourism.
Yeah.
And then ang maganda lang rin naman ngayon is that alam mo the Philippines has never been this beautiful. 'Di ba nagsara ang Boracay ng 6 months tapos nung nagbukas, wow, ang ganda.
Yes.
Ngayon, because of hindi naman natin ito sana hindi naman there were other ways to do it, but ang ganda. In fact, in Boracay, may makikita ka ngayon sea creatures na sabi ng mga tiga doon, nakita daw nila nung 30 years ago.
That's true.
Buhay na buhay ang environment. Dati hirap na hirap ako mag-push for carrying capacity. Hirap na hirap ako. Hindi nila maintindihan kasi gusto nila mass tourism.
That's true.
Hindi na uso ngayon because of COVID.
That's true.
They want it to be quality.
That's true.
Dapat bespoke, quality na. People now don't want to travel in a big group. Gusto nila kasama lang nila their closest family, friends, or whole family, smaller groups. So it becomes more personalized now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're now focusing based on the travel survey, ano yung mga travelers' preferences. We're coming up with new tourism products and actually hindi naman galing sa amin ito pero galing sa Noel, yung Sharon Cuneta. New things that you could do outdoors. We're creating new tourism products kasi like it or not, we don't know when this, kasi may bagong variants eh. So we have to live with this. We have to live with this. But we know that we don't call it the new normal. We call it the better normal, because the better normal does not like mass tourism. The better normal loves sustainable tourism, loves the environment, wants to take care of the environment. The better normal is tops ang hygiene and safety protocol, which was kulang before. You would only see in 5-star hotels. Now you see it in all hotels kasi yun ang hinahanap ng traveler. And the better normal now is opening up more tourist spots, yung mga lesser known destinations.
That's true.
And to give income to everybody. Ang tourism, tayo man ang unang natamaan, tayo rin ang unang babangon.
Galing, nakakakilabot lang pero sana magawa na soon, no? Justin, are you there? Our station manager is here supposedly. Wala pa siyang video. Pero habang hinihintay siguro natin siya, Joey, shoot the rest of your questions.
Yeah. You know, yung klasiko, lagi sila may walking tour. So actually, I've been doing this already for several years. The students have to make their own walking tour. Kasi marami naman sa mga Atenisa, they have never been to Intramuros. They have never been to Makati. They have never been to BGC. So it's an excuse for them to go around. So that may be something that you can explore also to dovetail with Dex or JapEd. But you said a while ago that land yung preference, no? This is one of the questions of my friends. If somebody wants to, let's say, buy a van or are you seeing new infrastructures that would need some kind of help?
And tuloy-tuloy naman yung tourism roads natin with the DPWH. Kahit na nag-ECQ tayo ulit, tuloy-tuloy yung mga government programs. Siyempre, yun lang nga would you believe we have an infrastructure arm called the TIEZA. But because of COVID, we had to give up 12 billion of our funds for COVID. Yun dapat ang gagamitin namin for the night rating of airports. Yun ang dapat gagawin natin for that. We were going to give 500 million for the rehabilitation of Burnham Park. We wanted to give so much things, but yun na nga, it had to take a back seat because, well, kailangan sa COVID patients Infrastructure will always be there, pero when we spoke to the private sector stakeholders, yung una sa kanila is working capital loans. We were able to get 6 billion for the MSMEs, 4 years to pay, zero interest, zero collateral, and 1 year grace period. Pero nothing pa rin pala talaga beats to restart tourism. Really. Yun pa rin. But the walking tour, honestly, I don't know. Your students, we could host them. They should. I have to admit when I entered the DOT, hindi top of mind sa akin ng Intramuros. I would always tell our administrator this. Before, when I would think of Intramuros, I would just think of Carlos Celdran.
Yes.
But Carlos Celdran was actually bigger than Intramuros.
He did a lot for Intramuros.
Yeah, but people would only go because it was Carlos Celdran. Hindi sila pupunta kung hindi si Carlos Celdran.
And gave us an assistant, no?
Yes, but now, it's Intramuros. You should go. Wow, it is just amazing. It is just an amazing place that I am a bit embarrassed that I didn't realize that we had a gem in the middle of Manila. You know what? It also helps that with Yorme.
Yes.
With Isko Moreno.
Yes.
He's so supportive of us in the Department of Tourism.
Galing.
Always, yes. So, talagang dapat tulong-tulong talaga with the local government unit.
Naabutan pa natin, di ba may mga Puerto Real evenings, may mga concert at the park. Sana yun nga. Pero ngayon, pandemic pa.
Tapos alam mo ba, before the pandemic, ang galing ng administrator kasi namin.
Okay.
Ginawa niya, binukas niya yung Intramuros at night. Ang daming ilaw.
Ganda.
Tapos everywhere may mga buskers, may kumakanta.
Ayan
Yung parang nasa park ka. In fact, Valentine's Day of last year, bago the pandemic, maraming yung mga nagde-date doon.
Yes,
and then may mga kumakanta all around. Intramuros became the in thing. Ginawa lang niya, it was well lit at night. Para syempre, and then may President's Gallery. Nagulat nga kami, without us knowing, pumunta si Daniel Padilla at Catherine Bernardo at nag-posing doon. And kung saan sila nag-posing, maraming gumaya para lang they have that experience of
Kapatid,
it's so Instagrammable.
Gagawin naman nila yun for you. It's just that now things are closed, no?
Oh,
So,
and then can I tell you, we are so grateful to Ben Chan.
That's true.
Alam mo, si Ben has been helping me promote the country. Dapat dadalhin niya lahat ng talents niya sa Brazil to shoot yung bench swimsuit.
Yes.
Sabi nila niya, I want to promote the country. So biglang may Daniel Padilla ako at Catherine Bernardo for Intramuros. Meron ako yung mga all the Solen Yusaf for Camiguin. Meron ako si Lavi Pope sa Siquijor. Yung mga hindi ko maa-afford ng gobyerno, pinadala niya. So may mga Boracay. So iba kasi pag artista pa rin
That's true.
Na bata promoting the country. I mean, we have to admit certain segment na lang tayo, Noel.
That's true.
Pero we really need the younger
influencers,
to show how beautiful the country is.
Galing. Maxine, the younger people. Maxine is the niece of Panji Gonzalez, ha?
Oh.
Ayan. Very 80s din.
Very 80s si Panji. I know Panji, yes.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, actually, on the topic of promotion, over like the past few months, I've been watching YouTube videos of people going around the Philippines to kind of be able to live vicariously and travel. And that kind of shows me how important promoting the country and its many places are. So like, as citizens, how can we do our part in helping promote the country and its many tourist attractions?
Number one, if you're afraid to go home, if you're afraid to leave your house, buy local, then post it.
That's true.
Ganun kasimple. And then let's say, if you're malakas ang loob mo, pumunta ka na ng Intramuros. By the way, it's very safe. Normally, we accept 14,000 guests at any given time. Ngayon, 200 lang muna.
Okay.
So you have, it's safe. You have all your open space. Take pictures. Show that it's nice. It's safe. It's everywhere you go to Intramuros, may yung mga hand sanitizer na yung contactless lahat. In any way, big or small, you don't even have to be, actually mas importante nga Noel, yung micro-influencers.
That's true.
Kasi minsan akala nila yung mga influencers bayad Yung micro-influencers, totoo
organic.
Yun Gusto nila talaga. Oo.
That's true.
So, just promote local, post local, pero kung gusto mo not for the sake of posting. Kasi nalalaman ng tao, di ba, kung
dapat authentic. Yeah, that's true.
Always be true. Pero it's not that hard kasi ang daming...
That's true now. Lalo na it's back to basic.
Oo.
Back to basic.
Ang ganda talaga. Or you go to Pinto Museum. I cannot imagine for you not to love Pinto Museum.
That's true.
It's or go biking, Jovi. Bring your students or tell them to go on their own. Go biking.
I went on biking to Intramuros, last February.
Ang ganda, di ba? Did you go inside Fort Santiago?
Not yet. It wasn't open yet. Fort Santiago.
Bukas na ngayon.
The chance there is, Jovi's a theater person also. Balikan nyo yung PETA. PETA used to perform there.
Yung Sulaiman, there, and it's open air. You should have really... Ang ganda. I'm planning to do, Jovi. You can join me. I want to do night kasi mainit. Sa night naman, you see all the lights. Tapos sa Intramuros Golf Course. Imagine you're biking, bamboo bike, by the walls. I mean,
ang galing.
That would be great. Yeah.
Mabalik na yan yung mga open air theaters. Di ba? Ganyan yung eventually.
Alam mo, Noel, before the pandemic, we were already planning. This was on our wish list. Sana to have parang eraser heads. Remember yung Beatles? On top of the roof sila. What we wanted sana was eraser heads sa Intramuros.
Ay, sana pwede mo pa magawa bago ka matapos.
Baka we can do it. Kasi but we are so grateful pala to Ellie Buendia.
Yes.
Nung the start of the pandemic. So yung Maxine, yung maging commercials namin had to be to give honor to our frontliners. And our first was, we used the song
With a Smile.
Yeah. I texted Ellie lang, out of the blue. I said, "Hi Ellie, how are you?" Syempre, pa-cute ka muna. "I'm fine." Ganon. And then
At
I
least
said,
close kayo ni Ellie, Yung bandmates niya, hindi raw sila close.
Yun na nga. Ellie kasi is very close to Erwin.
Yes.
But ito naman si Erwin, sabi niya, ikaw magtanong kay Ellie. So I said, "I love your song With a Smile." Ganon.
Give it for free?
He gave it for free.
Galing.
He goes, you can use the song. I don't want to charge. I just want to help.
Galing.
And then when the With a Smile came out, we asked Lorenzo to sing it.
Yes.
He texted me, I'm so proud. Sabi ko, I'm so proud ang Ellie Buendia sa akin. Ganun, but selfless acts like that. Tapos, yung our second was Noy P, because we wanted to honor all our frontliners all over the world. Uy, si Bamboo hindi nag-charge ha.
Ang galing naman. Who's next? Probably.
And then our next was, I'm not sure we used, kasi halatang panahon natin, we had naman, hindi stars, but we used the Basil Valdez song called You.
Okay.
Army Milyari ang kumanta. Alam
okay.
And then, ang ganda, but then it was a tribute to our frontliners.
O baka susunod na Rico Blanco and Maris Racal. O di ba? Dalawang generations na in love.
You never know, di ba? Oo, but you never know. We have all these artistas, really reaching out and asking if they could help.
That's
promote
nice.
The country.
Final words, Jeff? Bago mag-wrap up or James, go.
Ako po, ma'am, basta ma-renew ko accreditation ko, ma'am, nangangako ko I'll give free tours of Intramuros.
Thank you. At saka libre ng accreditation namin ngayon, Jeff. We don't charge. We haven't been charging since the start of the pandemic.
Yay.
James, go.
Yeah, I would just like to note po yung sinabi niyo po, ma'am, kanina about sa wearing local. Kasi I myself, I'm a fan of wearing polo barong. So dati ang ang perception ko dati sa polo barong is lagi mo siyang tineterno sa black pants, then leather shoes. So I mean to look formal. Pero when I saw government officials like for example si Secretary Tugade and even Secretary Carlo Nograles, parang na-iterno nila yung polo barong sa medyo colored, dark colored na pants tapos sneakers. Tapos parang actually ma'am ginaya ko sa klase. So when I conduct classes, so parang pwede pala to yung polo barong, pwede pala siyang medyo not really formal pero you look you look presentable. So ayun, na-input ko lang kasi nabanggit ko po kanina. But as final words, ma'am, I guess I have to note na you give a fresh air or breathe a new this kind of fresh air in the government. I'm actually a follower of yours sa Instagram, so kaya wow. I mean among the government officials, wow. Okay, I'm hats off po ako sa inyo, ma'am, as the Secretary of Tourism. Thank you, ma'am.
At kapatid yun nga, parang nakakahinga kami opening up to you. Parang there's something that we can trust, whom we can trust. Yun, sa good gobyerno. Anyway, to wrap this up, yung mga sana mo, hopes for yourself. Ano pa yung gusto mong ma-achieve next 12 months in the position?
Okay. Sana mabakunahan na lahat na nagtatrabaho sa turismo.
Okay.
Para sana mabukas na natin ang tourism not only for domestic, but for international tourists. Sana pag mabakunahan na, sana mawala na ang quarantine days. Sana people can freely travel without worrying na magkaka-COVID sila.
That's true.
And sana this is a lesson for everybody that we just really have to take care of all our tourist destinations.
That's true.
Preserve it. And sana, sana maulit muli. I don't know. Sana maulit muli yung tourism, yung the record high. Oo. But dapat to take care of the environment. Pangalagaan natin. Wag na sayang. Alam mo, nagtatamaan na tayo ng COVID. Maganda ng kapaligiran ngayon. Sana, pagbukas na ulit ang tourism, tuloy-tuloy ang pag-alaga natin ng ating kapaligiran.
At bawat isa, no? Parang yun na yun. Berna, elections is coming and yun nga, kaya nga 12 months na lang. Parang maganda, naging successful ka in saying na you're beyond politics, you transcend politics. So what's your hope for our country in the next like 12 months? It's so divisive, no?
Oo.
Ngayon pa lang yung mga headlines, politika na. Buti na lang nakakaiwas ka.
Oo. I've always, I think a lot of people have asked me bakit ang tagal-tagal ko na raw. I mean, imagine I served 3 presidents at magkakaaway ha. Yung presidente. But always kasi when you do government work, you just have to do your work. Don't be too politicized.
That's true.
Dapat gawin mo lang yung tama. You have to be a true civil servant. And just, you're serving naman the people eh. That's what you should do. Always try to be apolitical, especially in government service.
Joey, I'll give you the final word, being the philosopher here, the guru also. Go.
Gusto ko sa sinabi ni Ma'am Berna is, okay naman siya as a single person. Wow, talaga that's really great, di ba? Don't look for it. Pero ano din yan, sabi ni di ba, yung nanay ni Anderson Cooper. The next great romance is just around the corner, ma'am.
Oo nga eh. Kaya palagi ko siyang tinatanong, yung ambassador na ba? Hindi, may kasawa daw. Dapat yata parang, well, let it find you, Berna, as yourself. Okay ka naman eh.
Oo.
Well, so it has to be that.
Oo, masaya. Kasi alam mo, if you're not happy being alone, you'll never be happy even with somebody else.
Ang ganda nun. Yun yung takeaway doon. But then eventually, at least your other is the people you serve. And thank you. You've been serving us really well. And talaga, ako, ang galing lang when you had the tourism officers na naka-A1 na gusto mong mabakunahan and then thinking about their welfare. It's public service really beyond you. Hindi lang about you. Hindi ikaw yung calling attention nga sa sarili mo. So, nasa kanilang
alam mo,
sa atin.
ang sarap pala, Jovi, Maxine, Jeff, and Engineer James, masarap palang minamahal ni Noel Ferrer. Kasi pag minahal ka na ni Noel Ferrer, mamahalin niyo na ako lahat. Kasi pag awayin niyo ako, aawayin ka rin ni Noel Ferrer. O tingnan mo, natatawa sila lahat. Tawang-tawa sila lahat. Because si Noel is very critical of people.
Well, yan naman ang training sa atin, Jovi, no? Pag tama, ayun, tutulungan mo talaga. Pag mali, yun, talagang sasabihin mo yung totoo. And that's what you are also, Berna. You're able to navigate people sa gobyerno dahil nasasabi mo yung totoo. At least you know what you stand for. No? So, yun. So, maraming salamat, Berna. I know you have a 5 o'clock thing. Nire-remind na rin ako ng mga tao mo. But final words to the Ateneo community and to everyone who's watched us.
To the Ateneo community, be a man for others. Diba? Yun ang Ateneo, di ba? Be a man for others. Sorry, I grew up, I'm from UP, but then my brother Roman, my husband, my late husband Dave came from Ateneo. My daughter also studied in Ateneo. Well, right now we are slowly restarting tourism. Paalala lang sa lahat, in your own little way, whenever you buy local, support local, that is already promoting tourism. You don't really, if you're not comfortable going out of your home, not yet, then just support local. And then, but if you have the chance, go out, see what is out there, and see the beauty of the country. I really love, my idol talaga is really Susan Talo Medina. She is really an icon ahead of her time. And really to everybody, wag maging dayuhan sa sariling bayan.
Totoo yan.
We have such a beautiful country. Would you believe, Noel? Di ba kami nag-organize ng sweeper flights para makauwi yung mga turista? Maraming hindi umalis.
Talaga?
They decided to stay in El Nido, to Siargao. Sabi nila, but why are we going to leave? We want to wake up in such a beautiful country. So imagine, foreigners love our country, so we should also love our own.
Yun na lang yung meron tayo, di ba? So yun, mahalin natin ang ating sarili at ang ating bansa. Maraming salamat, Berna, and that was a good reminder. See you again, everyone. Level Up next week, 3 to 5. Thank you very much for making us proud of ourselves and our country. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Di kailanman mapipigilan pagbuhos ng ulan. Ang buhay sadyang ganyan.
At kaya ng papago-pagong pag-ihip ng hangin. Lahat ay lilipas at magsasalita.
Huwag kang mabahala, huwag mataranta. Hindi kailangan ang mag-alilangan pa.
Isipin mo laging nandito lamang ang aking balikat, sa'yo'y nakaabang.
Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang. Mapupuntahan, pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo
tuwing nagdidilim ang langit, di ba't nagpapakita ang buwan hanggang mag-umaga na naman.
Tara't hintayin na natin
magsikat ng iyong araw
hanggang sa magliwanag muli ang lahat. Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang. Mapupuntahan, pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan, sa tawag mo. Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang. Mapupuntahan, pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan, sa tawag mo lang. Sang tawag mo
All caps, mga Atenista! It's time to level up! Your top variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM.